Ah, there we go. Now it should be starting. I think I once again fails to hit the go live button. So we're gonna do it again. Hello everyone. Great to have you here. And yeah, so we're still in the picks and bans, unfortunately. So I think it was good that I start a little bit later than 2 p.m. the stream. So far, what we know is Farid is player one and Gonzo is player two. Gonzo has once again forced his way into Astrono, which I am not a huge fan of, to be honest. I don't want to have another Astrono game, but we're gonna get another Astrono game. It's gonna be okay. Um, so we are still waiting. So far, Gonzo banned 715 for Fallschirmjäger and Force SS and Hartneck. I mean, it's all solid bans for Astrono, I would say. Fired bans, 16th Panzer, 52nd, okay. Rukmaripana and 716th Infantry. So there's two things that might be going on here. So the first one is a common tactics basically. Um, when you do picks and bans, if you want to leave yourself a lot of good options open, you just ban some trash divisions and then you're basically free to ban whatever you want. Or he's afraid that Gonzo is trolling once again and gonna wants to remove some of them, but I don't think that is the case. Uh, because he'd also just take the win that he gets when if Gonzo was picking Rifmoripana or 52nd. But yeah, I think they're memeing again in general. Would not be surprised about that. Let's hope not. I do want. I mean, if it's a meme game and a good one, then I don't mind. But let's see what else Gonzo bans. I'm curious to see now. Hello, Ramai. But yeah, Green just mentioned in Discord that it's Gonzo, so it'll probably be anyway, and I think that's gonna be the case. But let's see. Maybe we're gonna get. As I said, it doesn't matter if they meme as long as we get a good game to watch. I just wish it wasn't Astrono again. I hope that the other games are not gonna be Astrono too. But I don't know. I don't know about that one. Well, yes and no. Rudy. So at the end of the day, there are still meme picks. Like 716th is, for example, would be a meme pick. This is just not a good division by any metrics. And there's multiple like that. And of course, it's also map dependent. Like last time when he played Rukmaripana, for example, that was something where like that was not a serious pick at all for that map. So there's plenty of way. Well, in hand, yeah, but both have the same level of skill. So, it is only not a meme if both go with meme divisions that are on an equal skill level. But if you first pick a meme division and then get absolutely clapped, it's not. It's still a meme pick. You know what I mean? It really depends. Like, yeah, of course, any of these two players could destroy us normal players with a meme pick, but against each other, that's a whole different story. But let's see. So I see a lot of new people are joining, or not a lot, but a few people are joining the stream. So for any of you, we haven't started with anything yet. They're just so the map is Astrono once again, and they are still within picks and bans. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit. I try to at least make it entertaining for the time being, but there's only so much that I can do. I think what we can do once we know their picks while they are preparing. Yeah, that's true, Ramai. I mean, definitely. I mean, there's some divisions are actually quite good on some maps, but really trash on others. Like think of Forth Alpina. That division can, in the right map, on the right map, and with the right matchup, actually be incredibly powerful. But in the most cases, it's really just a meme division. But it's 100% true. And of course, there's there's the other thing, right? I mean, it is sometimes matchup dependent, but also it really depends on how someone has mastered it. I mean, there's some, let's say, meme division that some players have mastered, and they will destroy everyone. Go to a livecast SDL game. Well, the one between I will livecast a game between Farid and Gonzo. If you mean one of my own, no, it's not planned. But we're still waiting for them to finish the picks and bans. So it was a little bit hard to time. I didn't want to schedule the stream for a time where they weren't where they are already started, but I also didn't want to schedule it for a time where they haven't even got the maps. But it looks like Gonzo is taking his time, so we might have to wait for a bit. Um, but yeah, let's see. Can we do something fun in the meantime? Uh, Maybe we can. I actually might have an SDL game today. It's still unclear. The guy has not gotten back to me yet. Uh, he has messaged me that he actually might have time today, and that I've suggested a time and not heard back. So I'm not sure if my quarterfinal games are actually going to be played. SSB twice a week, and you lost. Well, it's not. It's not as easy and strong to play as it used to be. It's still quite powerful. But I mean, like I still feel like the weaknesses can definitely be exploited if you know how to. But still, I would still put it up very, very high. But I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't lose with it, right? It's not great for every matchup, of course. Oh, okay. But I mean, especially now that some units are quite expensive, I feel like it can be more punishing if you can't make the best use out of it, you know. But yeah, we're still waiting for Gonzo's ban, so I think in the meantime, can we do something interesting? And actually, we could just look at some battle groups in the meantime, or some deck building, just because I don't wanna, I don't know what I can talk about here all the time while they are still doing their picks and bans. At some point, I'm gonna run out of stuff. Speaking of memes, do we want to build a meme deck? We could build a meme deck, but the question is what division? And by a meme deck, I don't mean just the division, but we're actually going to build a meme deck. I will try it out at some point on stream. Give me division. Can be a meme division, can also be a not meme division, but it needs to be able. You need to be able to meme build with it. Can you show Dodie infantry build? Yeah, we can do that. It's an older build, Maverick or balanced. You can play Dodie both ways, in my opinion. There are a lot of them. I know that there are a lot of them. I just need one and we can build it. But we can look at Dodie first. I'm gonna go with the Maverick first. I don't know when I built that one. It might be a little bit of an older one. Um, Hold on. I need to get back into it again myself. So Dodie. What was my reasoning for that? Oh, so Stahlberg, you basically want to do the Hypoca build. Oh, we we can build that one. Uh. Arame, I played a little bit, um, but not that much. Empire Total War I played a bit, but only against AI. I think it's cool. I didn't really understand. Like I wasn't deep enough into it to get a full grip on it and really. I think it can be a really fun game though. I mean, I had some fun, but I had some fun when I played it, but I don't know. I would need I think to really enjoy it, you need to get deep into it. It's my feeling. I don't know. Maybe you know better than I do. I feel like there's some games that are easy to get into, and you can easily have some fun. And there's some games where you really only appreciate it um, when you finally, have get the whole, how you say, like when you really get deep into it and learn everything that there is to learn about it, all the strategies, all the interactions. Holy moly, helping helper. Okay. Um. Okay, but what do you want to see, Rudy time? Well, Ninecaf is actually. Okay, but so meme build. So I have two suggestions here, Brunirana and DM8 Rush of Blinde. So we're gonna do that while we're waiting. So I mean, you can. So Rudy time, though Ninecalf is incredibly powerful right now. So I'm not so surprised about that because if you look at it, we can actually let's go back and look at it so we can talk a little bit about why I think that might actually not be bad for Ninecalf. So I mean, like any of these tanks, I mean, yes, the M10s are cheaper, but any of these tanks, like these, won't be able to hurt the Valentines. Valentines will kill them. They also won't be able to hurt the Shermans. Now, these will be a good matchup against the Shermans, but the Valentine will absolutely clap them. And you have less armor support, or you have to be careful with your armor support against Stody when you're playing Ninecalf because you have the bazooka units, right? On the glider rifles, on the Montanar, BAR, they have them. And ignore the build, it's an older one. I will probably have to build that different now. Um, and I mean, at CQC, if you look at it, like if you have these guys running against your Kazaki PPSH, then it's not that great because they'll throw the TNT and that's gonna be goodbye. But uh, these guys, no, where are they? If you bring these guys, I mean that's very expensive. It's still a TNT unit, but it's like you can double team that basically for a good price. These guys will probably get melted by the, even though they have 11 strength, they'll probably get melted by the Kazaki PPSH Partizan, no match against them. So as you can see, you can actually overwhelm it, I feel like. And then at range, these are going to be a problem. But like, one BAR, it is better than DP, but you know, the Kazaki are chunky as well. They have no SVTs. The DP is not that much worse, so I feel like you should have a decent chance overall if you look at the tools. And then I mean you have good planes too. You have good AEA against Odis. I think the matchup would not be that terrible, so I'm not surprised. Oh, dealing, yeah, the Gumies will be a pain. I mean, anything chunky and your infantry, your Kazakh infantry is gonna absolutely struggle. That's not fun. I know, I know the feeling. And if you look at, and also if you compare, the Kazaki with like the glider rifle or something like that, yeah, the glider rifle is also 10 points more expensive. So there's that. Minecraft is incredibly fun right now. But anyway, so let's. We still haven't heard any other picks and bans, so guess we're gonna have to wait, but we're gonna do the meme build now. So we're gonna start with uh, I'm gonna start with the Blinde M8 rush. Where's Blinde? Blinde, there we go. So how are we gonna do that? So the goal is to just rush everything with mates and then secure as little as we can and just continue pushing. And basically what Hypoka does, right? What do you want to do, helping helper? What did you mean climbing the ladder with Rocket Arctic Ridge? Just have to go and double check every now and then if we have any news from these two players, but not so far. The bans should be out by now. Let me check that they are not setting up the game as we speak. Oh, well, to be honest, that's kind of how the queue looks these days, I feel like. So, and I hate it. I'm gonna be honest. Not yet, Ramai. We're still waiting. So the info that we got so far is that both players have banned one set of 4 divisions, and we're still waiting for updates. But I'm gonna check real quick if they are. Um, hold on. How do you do it again? There we go. 1v1. Just gonna double check if they have not, if they've started yet. Uh, no, they're not yet setting up. So I think we still need to wait till we get updates. They're taking their good time. Which is sad, but okay, gonna have to spend some time in the meantime. So we're gonna finally do the build. Um, yeah, 100% helping help. But tournament games are where it's at, in my opinion, because I mean the queue is just too much, or even just friendly games with time limits. Queue games with the 2 hour Arctic grind just not fun. I had another game with Gonzo on stream recently, which was 65 minutes, and that was felt like too long for me already. Anyway, let's do the meme build, and let's hope that when we're done with it, they have finally been done with their picks and bans. They're definitely taking their good time. Just play Vanguard. Yeah, true. I mean, it's really just Hypocast build that we're gonna probably do then. But so we're gonna need some recon. Do we even use veterans? Yeah, I think we're just gonna use some numbers. Maybe single vet. Maybe single vet. I'm gonna take 2 here. We're gonna take 2 here. Do we want to have some B phase as well, just for the extra spamminess? I mean, we need these to take round. Yeah, we're gonna continue the spam. Spam's not gonna stop. We could take more. Gonna take more here? No. Then we're gonna secure things off in B phase with this. This one we can vet up. Um, uh, so next time I play on stream, I will play the meme builds of today. Oh, hello, Mathieu. Yeah, I've done some streams. Today we are actually waiting for the game between Farid and Gonzo to start so that I can live cast that one. But the last update was like a long time ago. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But we're just gonna have to waste some time in other ways then. Do we even need that with the meme builds? We might. We're just gonna do all mechanized. Yeah, flavors must have 50 cal. Do we need that with the meme build? Maybe later. Let's leave it at that for now. Infantry. We need half tracks. We're gonna. I'm gonna get all the half track. We're gonna get all the half tracks. Oh, hold on. Did I just take the 30 cal? I don't have that many 50 cal ones. 30 cal is good. Take that. Take those in B. Just need them for the bazooka and the CQC. Then we're gonna lock down the CQC. Do we take these for CQC as well? We can rush them, maybe. Now we're gonna take these guys. In A phase. Oh, we can't. Can we bring these with the 50 cal? We can. Okay. And then we just get these guys in B phase to hold things. So this is just the ultimate rush. We're gonna get some recon Shermans in B phase. Actually gonna take some quality there. AT tab. I think we're really gonna do it the way he built it. From the top of my head, we're gonna get the Fusilier Marin. M10s, yes, please. These we're gonna vet actually. 180 gun because you never know. Can we actually bring it in faster? No, cannot. Okay, Gonzo bans back to League. Gonzo now bans the ABG for US SSB and layer. Makes sense. And now we're gonna wait for Farid's bans, and then it's probably gonna take another year or so till we know the actual picks. We're gonna finish that, and then as soon as we know one of the picks, we're gonna look at that division. Like just I don't know that decks, but we can look at the division and see what they have, and then we can talk about that a little bit. Do we need 8 AA? I mean, we probably should take it. Or we're gonna take the minimum. We probably wouldn't expect much plane use at the start. What else do we do? Recon. I mean, we gotta have one DV, right? And then gonna take these for the speed and cheapness. It's gonna be it. Maybe some air recon. Artillery. Do we need artillery if we go the? Okay, we're gonna do a Vanguard rush build, so I'm gonna take the off map even though I absolutely despise it. I'm gonna take a mortar. Can take more off maps. I think that there's a point where it's enough. We're gonna so it's a mean build. We're gonna leave out any howitzers. Screw that. We're just gonna push. Uh, more light armor. Now we need some actual armor in A phase too. So we're gonna take some Shermans. Here we want to have quality actually over quantity. Mm, more? More. Well, they're probably true Chella, but hi Reef. We're just doing some meme builds while we're waiting for the other ones. So for anyone who's joined right now, we're doing some meme division builds for at some point in the future in another stream when while we're waiting for the picks and bans to be gone. So we're gonna make a while we're waiting, we're gonna make a Blinde meme rush build. Any suggestions, of course, very much welcome. And as soon as we get one of the picks from the other, we can actually take a look at that division and see what what these players might be up to. And I think I'm gonna repeat like all the picks and bans and things like that um, once we actually know everything, because otherwise I'm gonna repeat them 10 times. Grim guy, you could use some more aircraft to kill heavy tanks that get in the way. Well, I mean, the problem is there's not much in terms of uh, good aircraft for tank killing in Blinde. Like you can use these, but it's so inefficient. Like you're gonna really have to spam the crap out of those. The DB is not good for that because you can just dodge it as soon as you see it coming. So I think with this division, you just have to live with the fact that if there's a but yeah, Stuart's a good point. If there's a heavy tank somewhere, you just have to find a way to get around that. But it kind of, I mean, the thing is, if you get rushed everywhere and you buy a heavy tank, that's a massive investment in one area, and it will just get exploited. You would just get exploited, like that will just get exploited by pushing everywhere on the rest of the map, right? So if you actually happen to buy a heavy tank, um, then you're basically doomed. I feel like this is what's going to happen. So I think I'm quite happy with this when it comes to that. Um, more armor spam. Do we have anything in support up that we want? I think we still need to take ammo if we take the mortars. Gonna be honest. Well, but the rocket plane is really not that good, my opinion. I don't like. I'm rather working around the fact that there is heavy armor and kind of exploit the fact that my opponent bought it rather than rather than doing anything against it. So yeah, this is the next thing actually. We should probably take those. I'm not gonna vet them again. Pushing and spamming. We still have some 50 cal half tracks too. Yeah, the rocket planes just sucks. And now we have some points left, so we could. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't think we need more artillery. If we just rush. I mean, yeah, having these to lock things down is good, but remember, we're not. We're building the fun way, not the most optimized way. I think this is going to be okay as well in that regard. More Shermans? Stewards? Some actual recon would probably be a smart choice. We could also get more armor. We have a ton here, but it's not very sustainable. Most of it. I think that would be enough. We don't need more bazooka units. Can't bring anything more there. Yeah, I think more armor is just gonna be. I think it's better to with this play style that we try to do here. I think it's better having more things on the ground than having tons of things soaring up in the air or in the back lines. I want to have on the front line. We like if you build it like this, you are gonna win by constantly pressuring, pushing, making sure you have a flag advantage. So we care only about things that can actually bring us those flags. Yeah, but I think I mean, it's still gonna die super easily, and it's a bit so the problem is as soon as there's any AA or fighter planes, it's gonna easily go down, and it's just one recon plane. If I need recon with these guys, I just spam them out. The 10 points. Like, I don't care if that dies. And if it dies, I just buy another one, right? We have 50 cal half tracks. They're with the Nuve. There you go. But we can see how many more do we have. We actually have plenty more available. In that case, I know it's gonna be expensive. I didn't realize how you have that many. There we go. What else do we do? More recon, take all of them. Yeah, we're gonna take all of them. I still have to be a little bit smart on where we put them. For example, I don't want to put them on the Voltigeur, because then there's 40 points. You already have 35 points here. Oh, true. Hold on. Yep, scout cars. Huh. What's that? No, we're not gonna take that. What can these come into? Is it? No. Oh, we don't have the fun thing. There's a fun little unit with a 6 pounder on it, something like that. In But yeah, I think this would actually be. We're gonna do it like that. Then we have some recon. Well, a recon infirmary is not good in this division. It can't substitute for anything, but we're still gonna vet that because we have to. Yeah, exactly. The helping helper. I was looking if that was also in Blinde by any chance. I don't play this division all that much, so I wasn't 100% sure. I felt like it wasn't, and it isn't. It would have been fun. No, that's not worth it. We have 2 points more. How are we gonna fill that? Okay, maybe we're gonna take it because might as well if you have it, right? We're gonna have one, and it's gonna. Now we're gonna get two. We're gonna have to try this, but not now. All right. So we are gonna look at some divisions that they are gonna be playing actually. So the quickly can ask them if they can message. I'm just gonna ask if they can let us know when they set up the game, because then we can, while we are waiting for them to do their builds, we can quickly look at the divisions. So Gonzo picked, not Gonzo, sorry, Farid picked 26 Panzer. I think a pretty strong build. So we're on Astrono, by the way. Sorry for that. Farid picked 26 Panzer on Maverick, and Gonzo chose 10th Guard tank on balanced. So it really depends on which side these players get now, because Maverick there's one side where it will work with Maverick, then there's the other side where it's going to be rough with Maverick. But anyway, let's look at it real quick. So, I mean, 26 Panther is definitely one of the better access divisions right now, and pretty versatile too. I mean, you can play it on most maps, I would say. It has tools for lots of things. One of the special things about it is, of course, it has a massive infantry tab for a tank division, which is quite nice. So what do we have here? So we have some Outclad Panzer III, which are great. I mean, Panzer IIIs in general are super efficient. Recon, we have some light armor if you really want to. Against Soviets, it's always a bit of a mixed bag, but if you can keep your distance, something like this is actually quite useful. This one has a really low ammo count though. That really sucks. This one does have HE. Yeah, it might actually do some work as well, not too bad. And then some other recon tanks. What else do we have? We have, of course, here there we go, Stostrup Beretta, which is really nice. Love that thing. And I mean, it's just a better Stostrup, and it's actually quite decent. You have some other, I mean, you have some fancy gadgets. What you do have is limited trucks, so you have to bring things in the half track, which can be weakness depending on how you see things. But yeah, I mean, you have plenty of good options here now. Tank tab, of course, is actually a bit limited for a tank division, but you get Panzer IIIs, which are great. You have Panzer IVs, and you have some Panzers too. And you have this little thing, which is actually quite good. 1500-meter range, 90 millimeters of penetration, but if you can outrange something, you might actually pen at some point. Rate of fire is quite high, accuracy is decent for it. The HL sucks, but the AP shell pretty good. 40 points, pretty cheap. So you have actually some really cost-efficient options here too, which is pretty nice. Support tab. Yeah, great. So this, no, they're about to play. So yeah, we're gonna look at it. Um, and support tab, yeah, you have like these little things there, which are quite nice for support. You have this one that has been mentioned. This thing's actually quite cool as well. You have the Nucadillo, which is what it is, and then the A tab. We have the fun stuff with this thing, but I'm not sure if we're gonna see it. The A tab is quite strained as it is, and you need the resources there. So I'm not so sure if they're gonna bring it, but that's a new unit. This one is probably gonna bring, and the artillery tab. It's also limited. You can't bring things with ammo. The SK-18 does not come with ammo, fortunately. Okay, in 3 to 5 minutes they're gonna set up the game, so I'm gonna quickly hop over to 10th guard after we finish this, and then we're gonna make sure that we don't miss the start of the game. We have the Wolfram, which is pretty cool, especially against heavier tanks. Oh, sorry, didn't want to scroll in and out there. But yeah, it's very limited. And then the air tab, you have some good Italian stuff together with the cheap AU JU88. You have the good Focke-Wulf 109 with medium resilience. And I mean, yeah, you have the Alcione, which is pretty strong, of course. Let's go over to see 10th Guard tank, I think, was selected. We don't see that division very often. I don't actually know what they have. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, no, I think this one that... No, it's not the one that I thought it was. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you get recon Valentines, which can be pretty cool. SU-57, pretty nice as well. And then you get T-34, 85 Rozvedka, which is nice to have. You get Rozvedkas, which is, of course, very important. Infantry tab. We do have only one card of double machine gun units. That's definitely going to be a little of an issue. Otherwise, I mean, you have all the classical Soviet stuff, minus Tankos, interestingly enough. I would have expected them in the tank division, but I guess not. Tank tab. I mean, you get T-34 85s, which we're going to struggle against Panthers and Tigers, but there's not going to be tons and tons of them at 26th. And you have your own Panthers and Tigers, but they're a little bit limited, so that's definitely a downside. T-34 85 is nice to have. Support tab. SU1 to 2s, OB25, so pretty standard there. Let's see what they have in the AT tab. Pretty typical CS3, SU85, 45 mil. Panzerschrecks though, nice to have. AA 37 mils. That's not too bad. Artillery tab, meh. Oh, never mind, you get the Yadrusha. This thing is very ammo hungry, but it's very powerful. But I do have Tankos. Okay, sorry, missed it then. And the air tab. Oh, okay. You do get the IL-2. And I mean, this thing is absolutely nuts, of course. The rest of the Air Force P2s are good, and then the rest is kind of oh no, you get this thing. This is so disgusting. T2 with the bombs, super annoying. But yeah, I think I don't want to miss them, so we are gonna make sure that we will spot it when they start. Just gonna have to be ready. Let's see. Oh, Vampiro is playing. Not a content creator, by the way. If you haven't seen his cast, go check them out. But I guess we're gonna have to wait. Did I? 1v1. There we go. So I was playing a team game. So we're just gonna have to wait a little bit, but they should be set up very, very soon. I mean, these players are, of course, also much faster than I, for example, am in my tournament games with setting up my building my decks. I mean, they know this probably by heart what you need to take when and when you shouldn't. So for anyone who has not gotten the news and just joined, I don't know if anyone joined freshly as of recent, they are playing on Australia once again, like the first two games during the group phase. 26th on Maverick for Farid versus Gonzo playing 10th guard tank, or just 10th tank? I don't know. Don't remember. Is it guard? Maybe not. Not 100% sure. But they on balance income. So, I mean, as we're gonna see when we open up Astronaut, the thing is gonna be the one Astronaut is relatively it's a bit unbalanced, and for one side, Maverick actually works. For the other, it's going to be tough. So it really, I think it kind of depends on which side Farid is going to end up. And I mean, he had, he had the decision in his hands. He could have decided to not counter with Maverick, but he did. So if he ends up on the bad side, that's on him. Let's just double check. Don't miss anything. Maybe just gonna, just to be sure. No, not yet. The other question is also going to be who sets it up and what name is Gonzo using today. He loves to change his names. Oh, I didn't actually notice you. Hi, Emil. Yeah, true. He got buffed to 10 HP, which I think was much needed. It really sucked before that. But yeah, let's see. We should see the game being set up soon, hopefully. No, no news as of yet. This triggers me. I always just run and be like, oh, let's go, and then they're not ready yet. Uh, I don't know. I don't. To be honest, I don't use it that often. Oh, you mean H? Yeah, yeah. As for against planes, yeah. It's so annoying. I mean, and the bad thing is you're kind of forced to take it because you have to SGF at someone in A phase, and unless you want to rely on single 20 mils, which are with the new price not horrible, but still not that great. Um, but it it's so rough. I mean, you stop like 3 planes and you're out of ammo. So basically, all your ammo is gonna go. It's just gonna go away for that, and it's just so stupid. Yeah, I mean, true meal. It might be. I don't actually know what the availability is for most 20 mils in B phase, because that would be yeah, my only concern. But I mean, but I think I think they're fairly priced now. Definitely agree. Maybe game almost started. Okay, is it? But it's not ready. The Gepard gets 60B. Yeah, true. I think the Gepard might actually. So personally, I don't know about those two. I personally actually like it in A phase, so that if you have a tank push, you can actually have to accompany those tanks just to make sure that no planes are gonna be able to attack them directly. But that's me personally. Not saying that this is the way to go. I'm sure I'm gonna be. Sure, I'm gonna get corrected here. I can't come in A. Okay, I didn't remember that. Okay, yeah, then I would. Yeah, I mean, then I would just take the Gepard in B phase, to be honest. You asked me to bet. Am I by the division choices? I would probably bet on 26. But since he takes it on Maverick, I would not be. On Nostrono, I don't think it's a Maverick map, at least for one side. So it really depends. So I would probably not bet on it, to be honest. see that I didn't miss anything. No. I hope they didn't set it to private accidentally. Because I can't see anything. Oh, I do have a feeling that maybe. Okay, so the update from Farid is not yet. Maybe he needs a new deck. So we're gonna have to wait for a bit longer, I guess. Okay. So I don't know. That's annoying. But I guess we're gonna chill here for a bit and then wait. Oh, the game started. Okay. So where is it? Astrono. Should see it now. Well, I would bet that this is. I would bet that this is probably Gonzo. So if we're gonna spectate this one, it's also two players, so that would make sense. And it just started, so in deployment, so that would make sense. I don't know why Gonzo always needs to change the name. I really don't, but it is what it is. So yeah, we got the right game. Let's see who's on which side. Oh, yeah, true helping helper. I don't know about Chai-chan, to be honest. I don't think he's playing anymore. At least I haven't seen. I mean, I would probably not see him in the queue anyway because of the time difference, but I haven't seen him in any tournaments, and I haven't seen him in any in the queue yet. Luna still playing, or again, but yeah, I don't know about those Chinese players. I've run into one or two other random Chinese players in the queue every now and then, but not that often. And they still have, like, I don't know what's about these guys, but they have some very odd deck building choices, and it works. That's a crazy thing. Um, let's see how much trolling Gonzo does this time. I mean, I think his pick does look a little bit like a troll pick to me, but it is still halfway serious. I would probably still have picked something different, but Gonzo also has a unique way of playing, I feel like, so it is it is possible that it will actually work out quite nicely for him. And I mean, if we're going to be honest here, I think it's not the worst pick. Could have been worse. But the 2K range, I'm not really sure. I mean, he has his Panthers, but they're not that good against the ones that. I mean, he can bring one in A phase with one vet, or two without vet, but that's not that good. And so, okay, Gonzo got the bad side by the looks of it, and Farid got the good side. Yeah, I would say so, Emil. It's fine. Wouldn't be my first choice, but it's fine. But yeah, so Farid on the good side. Oh, oh! I do see something here. Let's go. Let's go. It is a bad map, Tiago. I think we can all debate on which map is the worst, but it definitely is a bad one. Um, but yeah, I mean, if Farid is on this side, on Maverick, that can work. If it was the other side, he would be struggling. We had that exact thing in the first game during the group phase, and the only reason why he managed to still win with Maverick from the bad side was because Gonzo was trolling with Maripana. That was about it. Uh, it's always like that, Grim guy. If he plays against you, it seems to be the ultimate power of Doom, no matter what it is. And if you play it, it seems to suck. That's at least how I feel about most things I play against and then try myself. So let's see. Guns. We can't see the where things are going yet. So he brings the Valentine threes. I mean, it makes sense for like these areas like here. You can up. Oh yeah, you can uptrade against like Panzer Freeze and such, or at least try to contest them. Because we're probably gonna, if we see some, they're gonna be in here, 100%. Some CQC coming in there, it makes a lot of sense. Some Gavada DP, so we have those in A phase, and then just trash line infantry later on. No, Rudy Timer's runner is not so good. I think you're the only one in the chat. I'm not sure if this is generally your opinion or if you just like to see it, but don't like to play it. I don't know. SU-57. I mean, the sad thing is, it's just like it's a it's a team game map where it's actually like this way, like we're looking right now, and that makes a lot more sense. And I think then it's actually interesting as well because you're fighting over like this central hill, and you position around that. I mean, that's got to be annoying. I don't know. I don't play team games, but that's got to be annoying. I feel like, but it's okay. But on this side, like, why was it flipped? They could just taken it like that and made the sides like this, and it would have been already much better. But yeah, exactly, helping Albert. That would have been so much better. I mean, made this part probably not so interesting. That part here would also probably. I think this was probably the best part for 1-1. So we're gonna be honest. Like the lakes, it just suck. It would be another Tali in Hantala. Anyway, so down south we do see some CQC, not that much. So it looks like ah, okay, things are going to be added. Let's start with Gonzo. It seems to be finished here. So we do see a decently strong push into here. I feel like with some CQC, Valentine threes, when they arrive, will probably do some work as well. And we have some range tools to cover that off as well. So that's definitely going to be nice. AT as well. Bazooka units more like either into here or up here. We do have only some CQC and an SU-57. That's probably going to get into there, I would assume. And then for this area, T-34, some Valentine's SU-57. These are great for the start. And then just some Gavardia. So range. I guess it just wants to hold this then, I would assume. Maybe also try to go up here for a little bit. Farid is deploying a bit everywhere, I feel like. So it's hard to tell where it's going right now. Gonzo might be done then. I feel like I mean, these are decently cheap. Although there's a 50 cal halfback, so no, he should not be. But still, no, I don't think it's done yet. Probably, yeah, Grim Guy. Those are gonna shred. But okay, so we have some more reinforcements there. Let's look at this. So far, it's just some support weapons here. I like that. Personally, I always deploy so much infantry, but there's so much work you can actually do with just support weapons if you know how to use them correctly and how to deploy them correctly. And then you can actually use them to support your pushes and things like that. So it really is something that I really want to improve on myself. So I'd love to see that. Probably gonna into here with the same, maybe into that forest patch there. Then stuff we do have some recon. IG-18, probably somewhere in this region, I would assume. Up here we have a push with Panzergunners and Pioneers, so he's probably going to push for that, which would be a pretty classical push. Some IG-18s to open up. And of course the SFL, Selbstfahrerlafette, I think is what this should mean. Pretty fun thing. I have not actually tried it myself yet. I mean, this right here is absolutely bonkers. I mean, 22 moves of pen, 12 rounds a minute. It is mobile. I mean, it's basically the new AE8 that we got in, was it 16th Luftwaffe, but mobile. And that's actually pretty useful. But I'm not sure if I would spend an AA slot on it because those are expensive, getting expensive very quickly, and they're precious in 26. So that's my opinion. Panzer free here, some more CQC. So I'm not sure if that's also meant to go here. Yeah, probably this is a safer route, so those might also be meant for the hill, not 100% sure. Or if he just wants to drive them across the open, which you can, as stupid as it sounds. Like, I have definitely seen people just driving across the open here at the start if your opponent doesn't cover it off well enough, although I would not think that either of those players will make that mistake. And then I guess we just have one Panzergren to cover this off, which makes sense. Wait, that's medium stealth? No, he took it away! Oh, oh no, it's still here. Never mind. Oh yeah, it has medium stealth. Interesting. What does the Panzer III have? Medium as well. Okay. Funny. We have some more armor here, and there we go. Game started. So let's look. Oh, we have the U2s coming in. The defensive deployment here and here, nothing here, so that might actually be problematic. These are going to go into here, as we assumed, some on the hill, down south, everything into here. Something here aggressive, that might be the flamer then. Yeah, defensive positioning here in the woods, so I guess Farid just want to give up that flag. Something in here, IG-18 probably over there, these things. Interesting. Defensively into here, so he has actually taken Pioneer. Pioneer's now H18 probably gonna get in there, or machine gun or whatever it is. Uh, okay, infantry up here, IG-18's opening up there. This thing pushing forward. Interesting positioning though. Pioneer's trying to get in there, Panzer III coming, yeah, Panzer gun just be there. I mean, this is gonna change very, very quickly. It's really just with the way the roads are designed and whatnot, so those flags should flip back soon. IG-18s, they look like, doesn't look like they got any kills. Panzergrens were unloaded in time as well, so it did get sniped by the Su-57, but the Su-57 is just going to open up on them right now. Gonna have to start moving. Infantry's going to get in. It looks at 1311 with this flag left. The U2 might be doing some bombing. I'm not sure if it can even unload the shrimp. Flamer got in, interesting. It isn't annoying if you get pushed out of. It's not like any like forest patch or anything like that. It's going to be annoying to get back in. Focke-Wulf coming in to shoot that down. That's definitely, yeah, that's the first game curve. That's definitely, I think, a good investment in this case because there's no AA, so I can actually get the value out of it afterwards. Usually, I'm not a huge fan, to be honest, of buying planes, but if it's a fighter bomber, then it's okay. Because the problem is, if you as soon as, yeah, now AA is going to come in and you can't use the plane again to shoot things down. But if it's a fighter bomber, you can still use it to bomb stuff, right? And at the same time, if now a new plane is coming, you can't shoot it down and you still need to buy AA. So that's kind of my... Up north, it looks like Pennies were forced off. Panzergrens should be winning that engagement. Although they're not, probably. I mean, these are out of the open. This is more surprising to me. How are they going to get overwhelmed? Panzer III trying to get involved. That might be able to do something there. Valentines are dangerous for that, though. Something got killed here in the transport. Okay, so there's just one flamer getting in there. 1311 for Gonzo, which is definitely good. Focke-Wulf getting the bombs off. Did it do the double bomb trick? I'm not 100% sure. Panzergren managed to push in. That's huge. If you can surrender that, that would be great. Panzer III though needs to push out, so you could potentially snipe the Valentines. They should 100% be able to pen the Panzer III, especially up close. The Panzer III might actually be in danger here. The SFL not doing much as of yet. 85 here sniped something, or something got sniped from... Oh, that was probably one of Gonzo's transports trying to get in there. Do you have reinforcements coming in for this forest? Since, I mean, it's Farid. Farid doesn't know what's here exactly. And Farid correctly realized that there's not much here, so just move forward with the Panzergun, might get a flag, bring him to an early 1311. He might want to cover this off though, because as soon as anything gets in there, it might be able to beat the Panzergun. The flag will just flip back right away, right again. Panzer III goes down to the Valentine. Oh, that hurts. Or did this thing kill it? No. Argentines doing some good supporting. This thing is now moving. Yes, be careful, of course. This thing is like paper thin. It's armor, 20 millimeters, so it dies easily. So you have to be a little bit careful. Panther, Recon Panther now coming in. That's going to be a little bit of an issue. More AA coming in as well for the center. Panzergren grabs the flag, might grab another one. But, sorry, Gavadia is already there to try and stop that. Shumpa is at the edge of the forest. Interesting choice. Not the best choice, in my opinion. Valentines have finally arrived. I mean, there's quite a large force here by Gonzo. You could definitely push back here and overwhelm Farid. I'm not sure if you noticed, though. Panzer III's being called in. Two of them. They're still dangerous against the Valentine. I mean, what's the fire rate of those? Those are 15. Those should be... Oh, no, they're only 7, actually, the Panzer III, so that's going to be a problem. Does the new flag truck get 8 or 10? I don't know. Anyone in the comments know? I would think 10, but I'm not 100% sure, actually. Panzer D so far only doing a little bit of work against that. After is now pushing, it's going to be a problem because they will win against the Panzergrens. And the vertical half track, even if the Panzergrens move out of there, they will they're just going to shred by the vertical half track. Back 40 here in a nice spot too. Recon pushing forward, love to see that. 30-11 now for Gonzo as he no doesn't regrab that flag. He regrabbed it for a bit, but he regrabbed that one. Focke-Wulf coming in once again, going after those AFTOs. If they can kill it, it's definitely going to be good, but the Rozvedka up close will probably still beat the Panzergren, funny enough. Does it turn the right way? It turns into the AA. The AA doesn't have great line of sight though, so the Focke-Wulf should get out. That's medium resilience too, so shouldn't die super easily. Panzer going in close. I mean, he knows that there's not much here that can actually stop it. Side shot by the 45 mils APCR would definitely be a problem. What's actually, I always forget. No, actually, even the main, I knew that the sidearm was very weak on the Panther, but even the regular shell would be a problem probably. And south, push forward here by the Valentines. They're spawning the Shrimp Pios. So, and now Gonzo moves. As he, I mean, yeah, just Q move. It's the right choice here. I don't know why Farid put them at the edge of the forest. They're just gonna get killed now. Panzer Frees are slowly coming. I mean, it's so annoying that they have to go all that way. Once again, why does it have to be that way aligned to the map? It's just so stupid. Thiago, yeah, that's possible. I mean, so here's the thing. If he can get a breakthrough here, needs to take care of the armor, then the expensive units here will actually pay off. And he can probably hold this down here. But I think it's definitely a very risky decision. Oh, now the M2 is pushing forward. Oh no, oh no. That's gonna be a big issue because I mean, 2 flags left, 15-9 now for Gonzo, and it's gonna take a while for this to arrive, and then it might get killed by the half track. So he needs some armor now. I hope that he has some Panzer Freeze left. Oh, this thing got penned once by something. Oh, did the 45? No. What killed that? Was the Valentine pushing forward? No. This thing? But that's a huge loss. That's a massive loss. I mean, Farid seems to struggle getting his push going. He's getting absolutely wrecked here. I mean, Farid is a very aggressive player, so usually he just pushes. But he seems to struggle with that right now. Now, oh, the recon tank. No, that's still alive. It's in a weird spot. Panzer 4, Yak Panzer 4 A0 needs to be careful here. The Panzers can definitely deal with that. Become unvetted by the looks of it. That's definitely interesting. Focke-Wulf comes in once again to take care of the leader, but I'm not sure that solves his problem, to be honest. Down south, push is developing. Panzer 3 is here to stop that, but the Valentines could be a problem here. Probably wants to have some infantry as well. Not a Panzer 3 is coming in. Not a Panzer 3 coming in up here. And he could start pushing over here, maybe. 81mm mortar taking things under fire. The mortar is probably a good thing here, but the problem is going to be the infantry is not there to follow that up. So Valentine again a problem. I agree that you can 100% play 26 very aggressively. It is not it's not a balanced deck per se, but it is you can play it balanced. You can also play it aggressively. The bleed has been stopped though. We're back to 14-10, but it's not looking very good for Farid. I mean, this is absolutely crucial for Gonzo. Getting this lead early on is incredibly useful because that means that he can, you know, he has a little bit of breathing room in B phase because Gonzo first needs to equal things out, trade up again, and that's definitely not to be underestimated. Panzer III shifted here, interesting choice. I mean, one thing that we need to consider is there's a massive blob in here, but they can't really leave the forest all too well. So as soon, if Farid can actually get some defenses going on here, and then push back here, this is all undefended. So that's a lot of flag that could potentially be grabbed. But we have to see how this goes. In the Mion, yeah, there's one way that you can do it. It works. There we go. Because there's no actual units here, just recon. I mean, it's an actual unit, but that flag is actually grabbed now, and this flag might actually soon follow. So Farid now sends the weak spot and is going for it. Now the U2 coming in, this is why you want to have a. But we do have an SDK set coming in as well. Yeah, this is the problem now, right? So now the Panzer III needs to come to take care of the half track, and then the Panzer can actually move in. We do have Strasser Beretta coming in. It is not on an unload mode order. It's just, oh, now it's just moving here actually. Okay, so rediverting it. So once it's ready for a push, which makes absolute sense. Sturmpire pushing a little bit too deep. I know what's going on with the Sturmpire, so just generally pushing deep. We do have the Stug M43. You don't see that every day. It's another one of these really not efficient unit when it comes to activation points, because it's, I mean, it is one unit for one activation point. That's not that great. But yeah. Oh my god. That I think that's what you meant, Tiago, the IGT. Yeah, this one? That's crazy. I mean, it has heat shells. It can do it. IL-2 is now coming in. The Panzer III here, living a dangerous life. I don't think the SDKF Z72 can stop it in time. Oh no, is redirecting, going after those, because they are the more immediate threat right now. That's definitely a smart choice there for Wolf, trying to get on the back of that. The 37 mil is in the woods, so it will probably open up relatively late. IL-2 turns in time. Focke-Wulf turns into the wrong... I think it's going to get forced off. But the SDKF set might finish the IL-2. That would be a big loss. If he brings it... No, that's B-phase now. So maybe... So he adds 2 probably. Or I think if it don't take the fighter bomber 1, but the actual... Just a tank bust, you might actually get 4 in B-phase. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, it gets out. That's so close though. And now we have a P2 coming in for the Pack 40 here. Not looking super good for Farid's little push here. Pioneer is pushing forward though. Very deep though. Tiger coming in to stop that. Not a... Oh, the Panda did go down. Stiger on the run. Mortar has been... We see a smoke blade. Don't see that every day. Yeah, it was a one... It was 2v1 here, if that's what you mean. I don't know what... Other than that, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, the Sagittario has been called in, but it's gonna get forced off by the 37 mil. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the idea was there. Ah, yeah. Twos are just the ultimate weapon, really. Panther free up close, actually very dangerous for the Panther. I mean, that thing can 100% kill it. 45 mil though, also very dangerous for the Panther free, and the Yak Panther 2 for that matter. So it's going to be a little bit of a problem, but I agree with you, Emil. I mean, this is one of the cases where the start really determines how things are going. But we're going to watch for as long as it takes. Gonna see how this is going, but I mean, yeah, Farid is not doing very well. But yeah, it is what it is. This is just one of these games for him. I would have loved to see him doing a little bit better, because I feel like, I mean, I'm usually rooting for balance, but for this map, Maverick is a ballsy pick in my opinion. So I love to see it doing something well, but eh, yeah, true, Emil, true. I think his opener kind of screwed him. Like, he failed to get into here. He didn't really have an answer to the Valentines, and he did buy the SFL, which is just very expensive, but didn't actually do anything. So there's that. P2 being in once again is just gonna absolutely shred. Panda coming in, but what's he gonna do here? He can kill the Tiger, that's for sure, but the problem is these can also just swing down and get engaged here as well. The play, yeah, true. Kind of forgot about those. It's just gonna. Yeah, I missed that, Emil. I missed that. So, I mean, yeah, that's a huge game changer. And now we have an Andrusha coming in. I mean, that tells us a lot actually. If they were in the middle of B phase, now of course the income advantage really is at the largest by the end of B phase. But we're in the middle of B phase, and Gonzo feels confident enough to buy an Andrusha. I think that's always a sign, unless the balance player really misinterprets the situation, which with Gonzo is definitely not going to be the case. I think is that's a sign. Panzer III up close, stressed out, so down it goes before it can fire a shot. That's unfortunate. I could have 100% done some damage here, but maybe I just fired at the T-40-45. Ah, looks damaged. It's a good one shot off, but the problem is, I mean, it's 2v1, so what are you going to do? Now the Panthers going to get involved. Oh, but they're going after the SG. They don't have a line of sight on anything right here just yet. Focke-Wulf going after the Aftos. I mean, he knew that they were there, so I'm not really sure what the plan there was. But they're going to die now. Oh, I've Panzer III got behind the lines. That's potentially problematic. I mean, Farid is doing a good job at just poking on spots where he sees that there is not much there, because he knows that there's a lot here, he knows that a lot there. But looks like Gonzo actually grabbed this flag too, because there was nothing here. Everything here was dismantled. Gonzo could honestly just start pushing and grab all of this. I know he's probably playing it safe, but let's be honest. Grab that for his patch, and it would be very hard for Farid to get back into. He could probably also swing over here and grab that too. Yeah, true, Mimir, he really does play with it. Oh, but the Panzer III has been spotted and the Alto is going after that now, so it's just going to die. I mean, that's going to be a problem. Already queuing up the next order, trying to go after that. Stuk has been rediverted over here, and Rusha is not sure what was here. Oh, that might have been the AA. I mean, he must have gone after something here. Stir, yeah, there's an SDF Z71. That's goodbye. P2 now just, I mean, it's not good for going after armor, but it will do damage. It will do suppression, which means that these will be less accurate. Now running in T-3045. At this range, T-3045 will be able to pen these tanks. Oh, there we go. Actually, Farid being being able to overwhelm. Panther goes down too. That's big. That's big kills there, but still 12-12, and we're approaching the end of B phase. I mean, as we said, this game looks pretty over, but well, the problem is going to be, Ramai, that Farid needs to make ground, and buying artillery right now is not the best choice, right? He needs to get something on the front line that can actually take ground and be able, to do well. So RT is always a slow thing, and if you need to be aggressive, you only buy it when you really need it for support, I would say. And now we have the SEK sets coming in, but I mean, oh, there's another Tiger here. Cheeky little position there. There's not much recon, but I'm pretty sure that Gonzo sees everything with the infantry that is getting pinned by this armor blob here anyway. And that armor blob might be a little bit of a problem. The Mars can definitely also deal with that Tiger if the Tiger gets too close. And now we see infantry coming up. SDK set 7-1 moving in as well. IL-2 coming in though, that's gonna hurt. Oh, especially with side armor, the Panther needs to be angled so that at least the IL-2 can't take it out easily. Because side shots, this thing will just melt. Oh, Farid is repositioning. He's noticed. Really nice. Still gonna go. Yeah, still gonna go down. Focke-Wulf trying to go after it, but there's still the 37 mil. This one too. I mean, this is the problem, right? So the thing with the artillery that has been mentioned, the artillery would still have been a good call here. Why? Because Farid tries to leverage his air force, and there's AA. So he either needs to use his mortars for that, or he needs to get our Gorilla Goes down as well to probably the Valentine free. This Valentine has been providing so much value. And there's just one Stostrup here holding this. This flag actually gets grabbed again because there's nothing here to hold that. Oh, that looks so painful. That game is just painful. I mean, and that's the problem with these deep pushes, right? You're just opening yourself up against the L2. Oh, nice play there, though. Nice little flank by the Panzer III and the Panther A. I mean, the armor from Farid is able to just run wild here, but the problem is every time he tries to do that, it's just gonna get decimated by the planes. I mean, T-3045 coming. The problem is at this range it will be able to pen the Panther. At max range it will 100% struggle at 2k range. It's really not that easy. And 45 mil might actually be able to overpen as well, or just get a side shot. That's going to be the end of that Panther too. I mean, I get I get Farid's concept of just pushing very aggressively, but I don't think that the Panther is the tool to do so. There we go, 45 mil claims to kill. This on the other hand, this is a good tool to do so. It's cheap, it can do a lot of damage, but otherwise it's really... This is what you want to be using. Is the Panther spotting the Panzer III? Yeah, it does. It's one plan. I don't know what the Panzer III is spotting. Probably the infantry here, but it can't really do anything. Oh, the blob here goes after T-34. Tiger now. Spawning the SK-1. No, that would be absolutely devastating if you lost that 2 to... Martyrs are going to be able to kill that. But, ah, 2 respect can now coming. There we go. SK-1 down. That's 100% worth losing this Tiger for. Gonzo might also have just realized that he's going to lose that, so he just decided to take out what he can, what brings him the like what gives him the most value if it dies, and that's definitely the SKF-Z1 because now the skies here are open once again, and we do have a FAMO now, but yeah, that's gonna arrive way too late to do anything, and the Respecto will probably just kill all of this. Plan here reestablished by the Stostrup Beretta, unloaded very far back, probably quite unnecessarily. So Valentine 3 is just pushing forward now. Wow, interesting. Up north, Gavania and Tanker here. I don't know what Farid is doing with these. He's putting his CQC units at the edge of the forest, and they get spotted out by the Gavania. I'm just gonna die unnecessarily. This is, I mean, he is a Div 1 player. He should know better than doing that. I'm gonna, as I say, I'm usually I don't like calling out too much on these top players, but this is a bad mistake. I don't know what's the play there. I mean, this, like this right here. Something like that, okay, where you can use the Berettas, but like that, why would you? Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen, Diago. Everything that Farid brings out now is just gonna lose. Oh, we have the Stug M43s now in, trying to find a way back in here. That's gonna be a tough one. We have an 81 Mamura in though. That can definitely do some work here. That can loosen this up. And now that he's actually trying to push, this is a good call. But I think, I mean, that's gonna be rough. There we go. IL2 coming in once again, going after Stug M43. That's going to be another 2k asset down. The FAMO will not be able to stop that. Yeah, but look at this massive push. 100% Emil. Farid is so lost. Like, there's nothing he can do here. Yeah, I mean he has traded basically. Well, he's traded very poorly, and then once he started getting flags, he traded flags for points or for units, but he didn't have many units to begin with, so now it's just gonna get out traded here. Even more than he already has been. And I mean, we're now into C phase, so things are only going to get worse. Back to 12-12 again, he's not even equaled out. That's absolutely devastating. And even if he regrabs that one, that's going to be one flag, maybe two. That's not going to be enough. I mean, Gonzo just air spamming everything now. Wow. Infantry here trying to push back in, but is it? Oh, it still has some, but I mean, halfway through, less than half now. Yeah, this is so bad. This should not be a thing. It really should have more. He brings another Sagittario. Maybe it's the same, but I don't get the point. Like this, and he surrenders. That's fair. But I mean, I don't know. That's very unlike Farid. Like he has done. He has had some really good games in the group phase as well. And he's the master of aggressiveness, but some today doesn't seem like going super well. But well played by Gonzo. Really nice game. I mean, look at the outrate here. Very, very obvious. So that's just rough. Let's look at the chronology. Farid got some good kills at the start, then things kind of started going south. I mean, the Valentines got some value. Then, I mean, yeah, Gonzo just continue to basically outtrade him. And we also have to remember that most things that Gonzo kills are expensive. Most things that Farid kills are not that expensive. And I mean, yeah, that was to be expected. Yeah, we're gonna watch next game, but it's gonna take a while because they have to do picks and pans again. So it's gonna be look at that value. I mean, the Valentines here they were absolutely shredding and really punching. The 45 mil on the hill, by the way, also really powerful. The L2 also. I mean, yeah, that's just that. Yeah. Definitely Tiago, but that's one of the issues why this map is so stupid because you don't have a direct road over there, so everything takes forever to arrive there. Also, it's kind of hard to predict if someone's going to push across the fields over there, but you still need to cover it off. But it's going to be expensive to cover it off for a push that might not even be happening. So it's just the map just sucks. To be honest, I mean, I don't know if he's the best player. I can't judge that, but it is possible. I mean, to be fair, Gonzo also being in basically the big guy in strike team. I mean, the game is basically going after what he wants it to be, so that definitely helps. But I mean, he is very skilled. He has also very interesting playstyle. I mean, he's plays it like I don't know against Farid. I think you have to be good to withstand his aggressiveness because it can be really hard to. But it's my opinion. Um, what do you mean, grim guy? Like in general or in specific places? I mean, the enemy reinforces you can get counter push. Yeah, well, but that's always the case. You just have to, you just have to make pushes. So the thing with attacking is even if your push is going to run out eventually, no matter what, when and where you push, right? So what you have to do is you just have to be aggressive and build up your next push while you're aggressive. So even if you get a counter push, you're just going to take another area. The one with the Panzergren, yeah, that one. I mean, that one was obvious because there was nothing to back up, right? This is a channel thing with pushing. You want to have something to to back things up if things go south. And just that one Panzergren, I 100% agree that was not the best call. And then if he spotted, if he has spotted the half track getting there, he might have been able to reinforce there in time to make sure the half track can't just push forward and take everything. But yeah. So now Gonzo is player one, Farid is player two. And considering how long it took last time, I think Gonzo's going to take a lot of time again for his bans. We're just going to chill here, relax, and have a little chat. So the maps that are out there, I'm just reading this from Discord, by the way, in case you're wondering, are Stilce, Brest West, Krupa, Orsha, East, and Kostritsa. So, Rudy time, I really hope you're not right, but Krupa might be on the menu if Gonzo really wants to troll. I don't think so. Actually, it's far its final decision here, so I think we're gonna actually see a good map now. But I mean, there's some good options there. Orsha East, Kostritsa, definitely two really nice games. Um, but maps still, I don't like it, but it's not a bad map. Brest West, of course, a little bit unfair, and then Krupa, we all know Krupa. Um, I think you're right, Mimil. It's probably gonna be. So there's two options. Either I'm gonna take a quick break, or it's time to the Blaker Street side. Looks like Orsha East has been banned. So I guess Farid is gonna go for that. I'm not sure what the final call is now. So I think what we're gonna do, we can also do the rush deck that we just built before we started the game, before the game started, right? And by 30 minutes, we're either gonna have won or lost. So, or by the time the game starts, we might be able to do that. What do you think of that? Should we try that? Gonna try the Blinde rush deck and then see if how things are gonna go. And then we might be back when they're done with everything. So, all right, let's give that a go. Allies should be the newest deck. Meme rush build. There we go. Should probably have still set, put something like Blinde over there, but it's gonna be fine. Yeah, definitely, Grim Guy. It's gonna be a quick win or lose. Well, you know, you can still practice a little bit and continue playing a bit. So let's see how this is gonna go. Uh, Hold on, give me a second. Right, there we go. Back ready again. Someone tried to. I mean, you could also have just told me. You know, if either one of you, if some one of you wants to, now I'm just gonna. I think now it's gonna find one soon. If one of you wanted to try to play against that, not claiming that I'm good at it, by the way. Just want to make this very very clear. You can also just have told me, and we could have set up a game. But now we need to read what. How many cards of Greyhounds? Yes, Curve. Yes, all of them. What is VFB? Grim Guy. What is that? Oh, also, by the way, I'm getting next week. I'm gonna get a new microphone, so that should make things a little bit better. Because that one is not. Oh, Wilkins fanboys. But there are more team players, aren't they? Okay, we're still matching. That's not what I expected. Come on, give us a game. Feel free to stream snipe, by the way. Just please do me a favor and don't pick like the cheesiest of cheesiest division. I'm gonna get the pod mic from Rode Salafin. So right now, so basically the one that I have, it's still working, but in the last video it was like there was a little bit of static noise and things like that. And it's not the first time I'm having this, so my friends have noticed it as well. I think yesterday. So yeah, it's just time for a new mic. And right now I'm just using the one on my headset, but I can't count the amount of times where my like built-in headset mic was doing problems, and because it wasn't easy to replace, I had to get a new headset. So now I'm just gonna get a separate mic and be done with it. So I was thinking about that for a while now. Now I have a reason to get it. So that's basically. Well, I mean, I've heard it's a good one. Like the brand is generally quite good, I think, and also I was also just looking for good mics in general to have. So it has to be oh, I forgot again what it was. Uh, but it's basically I'm not an expert, so I looked it up. There's two types of mics. I forgot what they called again. And one of them is picking up like every bit of noise, and the other one is very directional, and that's what I wanted, because the other one would definitely pick up the clicking of the mouse and the keyboard, and don't want that, of course. Not the best map for the rush, I feel like, because it's easy to cover off large areas. Um, Minecraft, on the other hand, it's also not balanced. He has a damned what are they called? He has the infantry, the Osnats. Anyways, we need to set this up, so we're gonna do it fast. I mean, it's not gonna be difficult, right? I'm just gonna drive this through here. Also, he has the 45 mil, so that's far from ideal. What's gonna be super annoying is gonna be. Oh yeah, curb. That's gonna be. I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna push everywhere with TMAs. That's the only thing that we're gonna do with this build. Rush B, yeah. No, rush everything. So we're gonna rush that. Yeah, the Osnats is gonna be a bit of a problem for me. We're gonna try to deploy them into there, and then bring the half track like over here, where it might be able to do some damage. The supper I want to get into there, and then the half track can go like into over here. We're also gonna rush some Pioneer. Oh, the bands are actually gonna be super fast, so maybe we have to abort this. I hope not. If Mont is one of you guys, I'm sorry. I really do hope that we don't have to. Oh, we also have another kilometers for now transport though. Yeah, I know, Tiago. I think we're just gonna do a little rush and then see how it's gonna go. And once the other guys are done, we will have to wrap it up. Unfortunately, I hope not, but it might be. Might be what it's coming down to. Okay, that's gonna be that. So rush there. Gonna have to rush over there as well. Maybe we're gonna get an actual tank there to cover things off. You know, can't hurt. Gonna push over here. We're gonna rush those over there then. This one's gonna come to cover things off. We're gonna get actually gonna get an M10 for some range. Just gonna get a supper and Pioneer in there. Well, if we get the M10, then we don't need the Sherman. There we go. And then as for the town, flamethrower. Speed running this now. Tac. Oh yes, we have these as well. We might actually be going a little bit slow over here. Gonna get this in here. We're gonna get this in here, so it's gonna be just obnoxious. And then you're just gonna rush right through here. I don't care. Through this, and then over there. This can go over there. We are gonna block things off there with a Pioneer as well. And then in that area over there, that's gonna be annoying. Oh, we don't have the... that's gonna be too expensive now, is it? Easy fix. And then we can take a... No, we can't take a machine gun over there. Just gonna start. We're gonna get all the recon. It's gonna be okay. Just gonna rush it. And then once we hear what the picks are, they go back. Might just have to surrender, but that's okay. I mean, this is a very improvised rush. I also don't know how to rush well with this setup on that map. But we're against a division that, is also not built for rushing. Although his SIS-2 is going to be a problem. It's going to be 100% problematic. I just do hope that I manage to kind of break him early on and then go from there. The half-tracks are also not that strong in that matchup because there's tons of PTDs. Might have been able to grab that then. There we have something. He's deploying very, very carefully. Is he a new player?
Avec nous, c'est tous les jours la Saint-Jean. Ennemi repéré.
Oh. So here's the good thing about that though. Is that a 37 mil? It's not even trying to contest that. Okay, love that. M10. Swing over there. You have to pull back. Also have to. Oh no, it's a 75 mil armor one. Nah, still gonna lose that. Oh, did he get in? 9, there we go. That's all we need. I'm gonna get one of these going in there. We're gonna get this going in here. And then I think we're just gonna get some infantry up here. Try to grab that as well. I'm gonna hide that over there. I might want to get some recon maybe. Something just died. Oh, that's okay. Got a half track here. Yeah, but I think... Oh, we might be able to get some side shots from there. Can move over there. I mean, okay, so he's a new player, 100%. We can get some of these in here as well, and then we're gonna get a tank blob up and running over here. Wanna have one of these as well. Bands are done, so we're gonna have to... Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide that over there. My chance of getting a sight shot is gone, it looks like. Well, 9 calf is not bad anymore on Mamori, so it's definitely a good division now to try out. And get some recon again, just to want to see what's going on here. Oh no, that's actually not going to work super well. Gonna have to wait a little bit here now. We could bring that out. And we can position that. Oh no, you won't. You know what? Eight calf or 9 calf? 8 calf is I would not rate highly even now. I mean, it hasn't really gotten good in any way. Okay. Oh, there's a yay. Okay, that's okay. Support up. Gonna have to get that one. Okay, so Gonzo picked. Gonna have to. Gonna get another one of these in. There we go. Honestly, I know it's CQC and it's not meant for that, but I think we're just gonna push in. You have the support here ready to go. Might as well. I'm gonna have to be fast. Oh, it's definitely not ideal. Something has happened here. This thing is not that good. Oh, I forgot it's only 120 mil. So yeah, no surprise, and then it actually sucks at strafing. Oh, you're not gonna need help, Rudy time. He will. Farid will need help if he has to go against CIBG. Believe me. Okay. Oh, as if she now I need. Oh no, I read it correctly. Okay, maybe not. There's an MCH over there. Might be able to sneak an AT gun into there and go from there. We lost some ground, but we're gonna make that back in no time.
Ennemi détruit. On nous tire dessus. Besoin d'un transport. Tout le monde dehors. À vos ordres.
Okay, and now we can just get some support in here. We're gonna get some move in here. We're gonna get stuff in here now. Just gonna push, push, push.
On a besoin de morphine ici.
That's gonna be the IL2. No, yeah, okay, yeah, he really doesn't know how to play this division. He's a new player. And I mean, no offense, like, that's fair. We all have been new, but it feels so bad. Oh my god. Look at the poor guy. Oh, there's actually, I forgot about that one. So, Farid's still trying to decide what to pick. But I lost my plane. Well, that's on me. We're gonna continue pushing. And he surrenders. I mean, fair. I would have done so as well if I was him. I actually, yeah, I mean, I played super aggressive, so I traded flags for points. I'm not surprised about that. What? I mean, oh, okay, interesting. But I think we're gonna be back in time. Well, it was an experience. Although I do have to say, I've tried out 50 BX Jaggeries, and I really have come to enjoy that hyper aggressive playstyle. Just push, 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 push. But I'm not good at. I need to trade well with it, so that's the problem that I still have. I need to improve on that. So let's. I kind of met the mandatory door to come in some sort of that. So I'm gonna go down. I might the touchdown mode would be fun. But probably super cancer because then you really go after that, like after that rush thing. So it would be cool if you could get like make some for fun in the rule set modes or something like that. Like if there wasn't an editor for that. Sis42 notices he's not familiar with the game. Then Ultra flag. Yeah. Oh, he said Ninecaf. Yeah, Ninecaf is great. Ninecaf is great, Grim guy. At least now. Before that, it used to be so close to being great, but it just was bad, and now it's so good. Oh yeah, I don't know why they had to buff the converted gunners UK. I guess it was for other divisions that have them. I don't know which other ones have them. But 100% CIVG did not need that. For Castricha, yeah, true, forgot about that. Might not be the best. It's only 20 mils, but this is the Rudy Time has Rudy Time knows why. This is exactly it. With KBX, you just pressure your opponent so hard he does not have a chance to buy. Like if he buys a yay, he's gonna get swiped off the ground. If he doesn't buy it, he's just gonna get bullied by airspan. Like there's only wrong choices there. That's that's basically well, Gebirgsjäger, the Gebirgsjäger are actually good. They're not bad. They're not good like as a on a pure like strength scale, but for what you pay for, they're actually pretty good. So, but yeah, we can take a look at CIBG then. While I'm just gonna make it things easy a bit better overview. I'm gonna look at one of my builds once again. A lot of these build games, divs that I haven't played in quite a while. This is one of them. Might be terribly built. I have also improved over the time, at least a bit. So yeah, but let's look at what we have. So we have the FF Marin with probably wouldn't take this, but I think there's something. Yeah, that, you have these guys. You have the Boyova Litka. Um, a nice little, not nice. I mean, it's actually not too bad. It's a hybrid unit. Recon, you might actually need it to because you don't have that much CQC. You have some light armor if you want to. I think I use these to rush forward, but they're not that good. Like to sneak around the back lines. But the Panzer is actually not that good. That's from a time where I sometimes, not very often, but sometimes I really actually did the sneaky meta MLS. I don't do this anymore. I just hate that this is a thing, so I try not to do it unless absolutely necessary. I mean, there's some differences here, but let's just say I'm a gentleman in that regard, or at least I like to play that way. Um, Recon Cromwells are nice. Well, they might be, but you have a Bren. These guys actually have a bit more firepower, but I 100%. I mean, it's doing more pinning versus getting pinned fast, I guess. So I'm not really sure what yeah, you could do it either way. So far, it's still deciding. It looks like. Let's actually okay. So before we go into that, let's quickly talk about the bands. Then we look at what the ABG has, and then we can wait for Farid doing his. No. It's not for Gebirgsjäger. I was talking because of another reason about aggressiveness and such about Gebirgsjäger. They might actually be banned. I'm not. Yeah, they're banned. So let's go through the bands first, and then we can go after this. So bands are first EFL, 101st AB. So it is Ruchmarapana, interesting. VDD, 100% understandable. Um, that's Farid's bands. Gonzo band, Hartneck, Russell, for Fallschirmjäger, 50 Gebirgsjäger. There we go, it's banned. Farid's second bandwidth was SSB 84th, second US 26th Guard Soviet, Gonzo then banned Lear, Mein Kampf, Dodi, and third Guard Mechanized. And Gonzo picked Allies, Farid picked Axis. So I'm not really sure what Farid's going to counter pick here. 4th US is left open. I mean, I understand it. On Kostritza, I think you can leave it open, but as we have seen played by Koenig, it is very dangerous to leave it open. Like, it can be risky. But, yeah, so not really sure what the best counter pick is, but let's go for it anyway first. So you have all these infantry options here. You have a lot of spam, not really good infantry. These, I mean, they're motorized rifles without a 50 cal half track, so that's not that great. The Siniste are actually pretty decent. That one is okay, but I mean, I just have to spam here. You can take the Fusilier, you can take the converted gunners, UK, you can get the RAF converted, everything. And then we have, I mean, the tank tab is actually a fun little mix. We have some Fireflies. We do have Cromwell, regular Cromwell to get the up armor Cromwell 7s. You can also take them in A phase 4 if you don't bet them. And I mean, because they just bounce most things, they can actually be quite useful. Other than that, we get some Churchills, which are pretty nice now with the price. I mean, it's incredibly useful. You also get the up armor Churchills. This could be potentially a really big problem in the town there. So that remains to be seen, but I see some issues with that. Probably you have tons of 2K. You have an MG42. It's definitely nice. Then AT, you have 2K, you have close range, whatever you need. You have Panzerschrecks, which is nice. AA, you have a lot of options here. You get the Crusaders, which you're probably gonna might want to take 88s, but you can also take the 94 mils, both as usual. Artillery tab, you have some good options there as well. Then the air tabs, of course, fantastic. You have Typhoons, regular ones, tank busters. You do have the armed Recon Spitfire. You have 80 Typhoons. You have all the Typhoons that you would want. So that's going to be insane. I've heard of people swear by 4PS, can't seem to make it work for me. Well, to be honest, I can't make it work either. For me, having only the Hellcats as 2KAT is extremely hard because you have to really micro them well, and I personally can't do it. It is not that easy, in my opinion. But that's about it. Well, Time SSB does not work everywhere anymore. It was never supposed to, but uh, it It's not the best pick. Let's see. Farid picked first Manchelo's Maverick. I think that's a very solid pick. I was going to look at what his options were for counter picks, um, but I didn't really get the time to go into too closely. I mean, for CQC, you could probably take Division. I promise it really lacks pushing power in many ways. It has some good defensive options against tanks, though. That would have, I mean, Axis. I don't think Monterosa would have been a good pick here, if I'm going to be honest. Although you can spam a lot of things, but I don't think it's a good counter spam. Um, what else would have been a solid pick here to counter that specifically? We're gonna take a look at it afterwards. Kessel, I was considering that. Yeah, Tiago, I think I mentioned it. But I still want to look at what other good picks might have been. I think that's an interesting thing to do. Kessel, maybe because you will win at CQC. The problem is everything that you get is expensive. You can't really deal with the bigger tanks and these kind of things. So that's definitely probably not have been a good pick. What are other good picks for that map? Generally, third Fallschirmjäger would have been a terrible pick. There's so many things you can't deal with. Russell was banned. Could have been a good pick otherwise. And I think that's about it. Maybe you could have tried counter spam with Tatra, but I don't really know how that would have worked. I mean, you have Panzer, you have a lot of tools that could actually do quite well against some of the armor in CIBG, but there's just so many better choices. I would not do that. But personally, I have had some success with Tatra on Costa Street section, but it might have also been because maybe it was against players who didn't know how to deal with, and that has a massive impact. And yeah, there's not that many good choices, I think. Someone has said second Patellas, or what was suggested? Would have picked second. Um, the problem is you have very limited infantry with second, but it would not have been a bad pick. Yeah, I mean you have bazooka infantry, and I don't think it was banned. No, it wasn't banned. And you still have the Turans. You have some Panzer Force for actual range. Yeah, it 100% has less good options. That's just because you have less infantry with bazookas and things like that, or generally strong CQC infantry. Let's take a look at it real quick. So this is just my build, it's not his build, but we can look at what you have. This is true, Grim Guy. This is true. Yeah, you have the. No, you don't have the totally free. I think it's the other one that has it. Um, you do have. I mean, you have some. You could have. Oh, so. Oh my God! I need to go over this build again. That's no recon. That's a no go. Not vet. That's a no go. But is it a tank tab really? Oh yeah, there we go. Is it? I mean, it's basically 2-on-1, right? With less armor, I guess. 10 points cheaper. I mean, can't complain about it. But it's basically, yeah, it's basically 2-on-1 with a little bit less armor, one less machine gun. 20 points though. Is he classified as medium as well? Is he classified as light? Oh, I forgot. Both are still light tank, but it is a medium now in terms of HP. So, but yeah. Infantry tank. What do you have? I mean, in A phase, you're gonna struggle a little bit with the CQC. You don't have that many. Although you have these guys. Oh, they're not that good actually. It's just a worse. It's just a worse true empire. It is what it is, and it doesn't come in a fast. Actually, you can bring in the crew. You could also break these guys, bring these guys. It's 15 points for a grenade throw. In my opinion, that's actually worth quite a lot. You can just spam those out. Curb 88 points, so it is basically a downgrade to run one. Gonna be honest. But yeah, you have just the Hungarian infantry in A phase. Then you get the SS Reitjäger, pretty strong. It's just it's basically chunky Panzergren is what it is. You get a better submachine gun. I think it's better than the MP4. Maybe not anymore. But then you get the SSI Pioneer, which is absolutely insane. This is a good double flamer. Not the best there is, but it's a good one. So pretty decent. And then you get the motorized mod Arkazok. It's a Pioneer unit, regular one. But I mean the infantry here is quite good. The problem is it's not cheap, although you could definitely make a combination here where you bring some of the Hungarian infantry in B phase, then you get a mix of cheap and good infantry. That could definitely work, because the problem is you might get overwhelmed by CIBG, so that's a realistic threat here. Tiago, Turan will have a hard time outtraining Cromwells. Not really, actually. The Turan should be able to pen the Cromwell, and they fire faster. So I think the Turans will work well against the Cromwell. The problem, I see the problem more. We also get this Holy 2 now in the armor tab. You always have that in the armor tab. But anyway, the problem I see more with anything that has more armor than the Cromwells. So the up armor Cromwells, the Fireflies. The Stux can do that, but Stux on town areas are not that great. Although on coast streets, they probably don't need to turn as much. Then, yeah, you can see this is an old build, but you only have one card of bazookas. That's definitely a problem. You get a 6 in A phase though, which is great. Support type, you like the 2k definitely. That's going to be a problem. The Nimrod unfortunately are not as good anymore, so that's going to be a problem. You can't use them to solve your armor problem up close. And then the Nebelwerfs, the 149s are good, but you can't lean as much into those because he's playing it on Maverick, of course. Gonzo also big Maverick, by the way. Um, you do have AT planes. Forgot about those. Wait, I thought they didn't come in A. Now they do. That might have been changed. I don't know. Oh, this one is locked. Oh, these are locked. These aren't locked. As I said, it's an old build. I haven't played this division in ages. But yeah, so some good tools there. The problem is going to be CQC should win, but other than that, it's going to be a struggle. Let's see if they are already setting up. I really hope I didn't miss the start now. I would be so sad. No, doesn't look like it. Yeah, exactly, Thiago. That's going to be a problem. The AT planes can do it, but AA is definitely not something that CIBC is lacking. And we have seen in the last game that Gonzo will not fail to bring out AA when it is needed. So that's going to be a bit of a struggle. Any 18 infantry? No, you don't have 8. I mean, you have the bazookas, but that's about it. That's going to be a struggle. But I think, yeah, I would bet on Gonzo too, am I? 100%. I don't think it's a good pick for the map specifically, but there's some tools here that I don't see Farid dealing well with it. Now there's a slight chance here that if Farid gets the good side, that he might be able to leverage his CKC advantage. And that might. How does CIVG have the RT advantage, Grim Guy? Because the Hungarians have one of the best, if not the best, howitzer that there is, and you have Naples too. You can't lean as heavily into it, but well, yeah, but the Hungarians have large caliber guns too. The 149 is with an insane fire rate full. Um, they have an insane fire rate for their caliber. Like it's oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Stop. Um, so you will generally win with those, I would say. But Farid will probably not lean very heavily into his artillery. It's not something that I see him do often. Yeah, true, Luik. They're gonna have to wait a little bit. But I think on this map specifically, I think on Kastritsa you don't want to go. You just don't want to pick Axis in general against allies, unless like all the good Axis divisions have been left open. Like let's say let's look at the bans real quick. So let's say Russell wasn't banned, Hartnick wasn't banned, 50 Gebirgs wasn't banned. Yeah, and instead all allied divisions were banned instead of those. Like, yeah, I could see how you pick Axis to counter allies, but other than that, there's just so many more allied CQC options and town fight options too. That's also important, right? Because town fight will be important here as well. So I'm a little bit surprised. That's true, Grim Guy. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. Although you do have some of the Krupp. So the what are they called again? I don't remember. The 70 kilometers an hour ones. Oh, the Hungarians are no Hungarians are 60. Yeah. So, but you do have some faster transports. Not mistaken. Yeah, these come in the 37M, 70 kilometers an hour. But still, it's you're right. It's not much faster than the Cromwells. Oh, that's gonna be hilarious. Uh, Not looking good for Farid. I don't think so. Because on the Allied side, I really think there would have been options. I think the 58, yes. Yeah, CRPC will have issues versus infantry, but you might still be able to just out spam, to be honest. And I mean, yeah, I think that's that. And otherwise, yeah, exactly. You have a lot of good Western allies, and the Western allies do have a key advantage here, right? Like you can take any Commonwealth division, its infantry will beat those of CIBG, even though the Commonwealth infantry is usually not that great. And they all have Piats, so if any of these tanks get too close, you can Piat them. I mean, let's look at the allied options here that wouldn't be banned. Like these two are banned. I wouldn't ban. I would pick Desert Rats maybe, Tiago, because your Cromwell 7 take quite a while to arrive. But Blinde, Blinde might work already because the Cromwell against the Sherman is not a good matchup for the Cromwell. The Cromwell is also much cheaper, but you have some good options, and you have a lot of AT on your infantry. You will still be better at CQC. Let's see, CIBG. Well, that's from a game that you will be seeing at some point. I played against Ipaza in a regular tournament. CIBG, now I think you're gonna get outtraded because his infantry is cheaper, but I mean, it would not be. It might work actually. Now I need to scroll down again. Uh, probably not. Probably not be the best pick, but I think might be able to six South African. Probably not. It has good tanks. Its infantry is limited. CQC is not great. I wouldn't take it here. Sherman 2As are great, but they are also only have 90 millimeters of armor. But the 100 millimeter Shermans are already going to be a problem. New Zealand, yeah, New Zealand would be a good pick. Libic, 8 Indian. Don't see a reason to pick this over other things. These would all be terrible. 4th can would be probably be good. 3rd can would be good. That's a great division anyway. BRO. Now it has the you have limited 18 A phase, but then you get the M5 gun. That would not be bad. I think BRO and you have bazookas now in A phase. That would work. Task Force no. Yeah, I mean for US obviously. Has ATF been banned? ATF will probably struggle, but it might actually work. Uh, So I wouldn't take Task Force Butler to be honest. This one has been banned. This would have been the greatest counter here probably, but it has been banned, so that's not going to work. Bureau would have a chance. Its infantry will absolutely slap, and you have 18 A phase now. Although if it is, I don't remember 100%. If it has the 90 millimeters armor Sherman, then it will lose. No, Tiago, it could 100% handle it nowadays. And you have some good Soviet options too, by the way. I think there would be some that would work. 26, maybe. No, my Task Force 45 would not work well. Your A phase AT is too weak, as Tiago says. And on top of that, you have 90 millimeters armor Shermans. Those will get penned much more easy. Like those 10 millimeter armor difference on really matters on the Shermans. with how easy can get penned by the crumbles or not penned. Something with a lot of T-34-93s would also work. I don't know all of these well enough. Anything with Valentine's would work as well, but most of them have been banned. Wessex could work. 6th Airborne, maybe. Not 100% sure. God's Armored, maybe. Not 100% sure. Poncherna, why not? I mean, it's slow. Why not? But anyway, it is starting, so we're gonna go. But yeah, I think on the Allied side there would have been much more options to counter that actually. So let's see. Kostritza, there we go. Where is the spectate? There we go. 15 Scots. Yeah, Grim Guy, then it's probably not the best call here. Why are we already sideways? I appreciate it. I usually watch from the other side though, but but I mean, yeah, if it's left open, 4 is probably the way to go here. That's not true, Tiago. You will win the infantry fights very easily, and you do have AT. You also have some light armor. You can definitely do it. I'm not saying that it's the best pick out of all of them, but it can be a solid pick here, in my opinion. It has enough to hold up in A phase. The biggest problem here is that the Shermans don't match up well against the Cromwells. That's why I wouldn't pick it. But it definitely has the tools now. '15 Scots. I mean, against CIBG, I mean, the fact that your infantry sucks doesn't really matter. You get plenty of hard to pen. You get plenty of hard to pen. What are they called? Hard to pen Churchills, but you're just too slow. You're gonna get overrun by the Cromwells. I feel like CIBG would just be able to waltz in and kind of secure areas. You have some light armor that can try to stop them. There's definitely worse options than that. I wouldn't pick it. I don't think it's good enough. But I would say there's definitely worse options than that. You have first 18 and CAVG, and you have less number of troops against Gonzo's training style. It's a great prospect for. Well, no, but you have a lot of things that will hold on really well in terms of strength. And your AT, yes, your first AT and CABG, but your AT is good enough to hold on, like defend against spam of CIBG, and that's what you need. So unfortunately for Farid, he's on the bad side. So that's going to be a problem for him. This side is definitely better because if you look at it, so blue can realistically easily grab this at the start, and then you have to push very. This one is doable, but then you have to push relatively deep. You can make this push work at the start if you have fast units, which Farid does not. And even then, it's usually only temporarily, unless you have like great tools for the open and your opponent does not. You can kind of position in here or like just between those forest parts and cover areas. Then that can work, but usually this is in this matchup this will be hard to grab for Farid, I would say. So that's pretty much off limits. This one is grabbable. This one you can rush at the start, but it's easy to defend here. And then you have to push really deep for flags. Meanwhile, red side has, and that's important, right? Red flag has 3 flags that are relatively close to the front line compared to these 2. But what's very important is they're all relatively close to each other, so you can really focus in that area and get massive wins here. Whereas blue side needs to focus on different areas to get some progress. If you go for this flag, it's really hard to then get to those. If you try for this, it's hard to hold. You have to kind of win this. This thing here is a problem because if red can kind of contest this area, then get side shots on here, it's just difficult. Check, I'm not saying that it is the best choice here. I'm just pointing out what would have been valid choices. And BRO would be a valid choice. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's a better choice. I would not pick it over 4th US, never, in that matchup. But I think it would be a valid pick, in my opinion. Let's look at deployment. So far deploying heavily here. So maybe it actually tries to get more. I mean, if you really plan for it right from the start, you can be able to do that. Then all of a sudden these flags are grabbable, but it's not super hard. It's not super easy to do. Meanwhile, in defense here, well, yeah, but the CQC is not going to be the issue here. See, it's not hard. Like you will still be able to beat the CQC of CIBG with either BRO or with fourth gas. It does matter a bit though. I had a game again the other day where I just on Kastritsa. That was the one against Ipaza actually, where I run out of CQC at some point, and let me tell you, it is rough. Even your armor can't do much. You can't get close to the forest because you might get killed by Piats or bazookas or whatever. And then your line infantry can't do much. So we have a lot of converted gunners. We have some Sinister. So Gonzo trying to contest that. We have an MG42 for the center, some converted gunners, a Cromwell 6, so that's the 2KHE one. What else do we have? Some things in the Tanza looks like we have, by the looks of it, it's probably going to be more than just defense. This looks like a proper push being formed there. Farid, meanwhile, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be more coming, but it doesn't look like he's actually planning to really push here. I think his plan is to push here and then see where it goes. I mean, he has tons of tollies there. Motlovas there. Don't know how to pronounce them correctly. Sorry. Up north, probably just defensive deployments. I mean, the problem is CABG. No, CABG also doesn't have massive speed to get in there. Do you have a Churchill? 35 points. It's gonna take a while for it to arrive, but it's gonna be annoying. We have a machine gun, probably like covering the area up somewhere here. Converted gunner, so he's probably not rushing into the town, but he might still be able to contest it. But here's the thing, if you grab this area, you can easily then hop over and try to start going after that town. And then blue also only has this one reinforcement road here. So this to me looks like he's planning to eventually push in there. He has some armor ready to go as well. Yeah, Churchills are so disgusting now, so yeah, I mean it looks massive, but most of it is totally freeze. And okay, there's some one Turan 2 in there as well. There's not actually that much infantry. He can potentially push across it, but the problem is going to be he's running into all these. I'm not sure he actually wins against that. Three Saniste against one Tartalek Arkazak, two, and the Flamer. Eh. An early Nebelwerfer, wow. Okay, okay. Actually, it deploys a lot in the center now, so it looks like it's going after that as well. Not so much up north, which makes sense. Probably don't need much there. Oh, true, no vet. Good spot curb. Yeah. But Jalevik, that's going to be a massive issue. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? We see the first one. There we go. So he definitely brought the leader ones, probably the regular ones in B phase then. He doesn't need more than like the two leaders in A phase because there's nothing here that can easily kill them. Ramai, I would bet on it. I would assume with this armor spam he intends to grab everything here. This flag for sure, maybe this one as well. And then if you have both these, it's severity push, but he can cover. If he can cover it off afterwards, he can actually cover off everything here. That would be my bet, but not 100% sure. The early Nebelwerfer is going to be interesting, so he can definitely win some fights well with that. And I do hope that he wins because then we get a game 3. But I'm not so sure if that's going to happen. The matchup's definitely rough. I have no idea how this is going to go. Just with how good Gonzo playing the first game, my bet would be on Gonzo. Also, I see some problems that Gonzo can't really deal with. Now, the other thing is, again, and he's on the good side too. But if Farid can actually, dig into the town, it's going to might be rough for Gonzo. But the problem is, it just doesn't have enough AT, like enough bazookas or anything like that, to then make use of that effectively. Well, it's hard to keep green, but I mean, he might be able to. He might be trying to go for it because truthfully, if he can set up here with an AA piece as well, Gonzo would have to work to get it back, and he would probably still just focus on another area, would be my guess, but not 100% sure. I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you keep it through the rest of the game. But who knows? I mean, if he spams like that, that must be his plan. I don't know what else he wants to do with all these totals here. I'm also just betting like you, but guessing like you guys. I have no idea. Flamer's probably just going to hold his flag, or he's actually trying to get in that one. That will also be possible. Booth are definitely, well, it's definitely going this way. I don't know where it's going to. Do we have any recon anywhere? Probably not. What's the speed on those actually? Someone said they're faster. 47 kilometers an hour. Okay, it's just not that fast. Yeah, it's definitely a nice scream guy, but I don't know. I would probably just still take 30 points and have 10 HP, and a little bit more armor probably doesn't matter that much, but it might. Never know. And this thing can actually get penned by AT rifles now. But where did it go? Did it just decide to? Oh, it just shifted them all into the center. Interesting. I mean, that's probably the better choice than going so hard after this. So yeah, just trying to go for that flag, holding this flag, Nebelwerfer prepping on this area, so Farid trying to push into there. Yeah, I'm showing all this curb. I'm not showing all of them, I know. Defensive deployment here. Defensive deployment here by Gonzo. I mean, if he wants to trade, he's probably going to be defensive anyway. And then getting ready. Oh, Nebelwerfer might be a little bit too early. Yeah, because it's just one machine gun. These guys are slow, so they haven't arrived yet. Nebelwerfer hasn't done much. Machine gun is delayed. That might already be enough, but the problem is these guys are still gonna get in. 13-11 for Farid as he grabs this, but this will only be momentarily. I mean, this blob here will easily re-grab that one. Yikes. That's not ideal. Blob of tanks spamming over here. They're gonna run to Churchill, and then that's gonna be that. Zuschwadlose. Should be able to spam a little bit here. Oh, the flamers gonna get pinned by the converter gunners. Things coming in here slowly. Okay, so these are just gonna stay here defensive then, or what's the plan here? Looks like it. Nebelwerfer reloading. Still not much here. Farid would see that now. I hope he realizes in time. And then we have a military police unit coming in. Interesting. Oh, he brings the tactile. Oh no, these are the spam ones. The spam regular infantry ones. So he decides to fight the infantry spam with infantry spam. Coming from Gonzo cheesing the engine sounds. Oh, you think Gonzo listened to the deployment when the engine sounds? Ah, that's so disgusting if he does that though. Like I know that you can do it, but like this to me is definitely a bug abuse. There's things that are in the game that might be bugs, but I don't think it's like bug abuse to use them. But that's definitely bug abuse to me at least. Nimrod up close. I mean, it's going to be great for air support, but for AA support, but you have to be very careful because these go down in one hit now. I think it would still be okay if they were at 10. But they are strong. Nebelwerfer strike has been adjusted. Now a little bit too far back, unfortunately. But the A phase Nebel doing its work. The Cromwell 7 here is going to be, yeah, that's going to be a problem. Toldi, first Toldi goes down. Nimrod doing the work. Oh yeah, that makes sense, Green. Nimrod, yeah, now the Nimrod goes down. Motostrelsi will kill that if the Cromwell 7 doesn't already do so. Hops forward. There we go. Piat pops out, gets the kill. counter push here. There's not much in terms of defense, so Farid would need to put something here. Gonzo might realize there's nothing here and just push forward, and that's going to be the problem. Yeah, I don't think he did it. Because I mean he would probably have put more AT here then. That's true. Oh, but he got in there. I mean, now he can start to follow up on that maybe and try to hold this flag with his infantry. That would be good. Yeah, the Nimrod was just once again AA lost way too early. We do have an HS129 in, there's no AA, so that might be able to do some work here. Killing those Cromwells is good. Oh, there we go. Panzer, no, Bazooka doing the work. Trollos a spam here as well. The problem is, yeah, he's lost line of sight. He needs to recon plane with that, which he doesn't. Akazaka's just overwhelmed by these guys. Oh, they're actually okay. I have no doubt. They're actually a fighting unit. Chunky too. More Nebelwerf. I mean, eventually. Oh, look at that. That looks to be damaged. It is damaged. That's definitely good. Churchill here did go down. The HS129 might want to be careful. There's no AA around anymore, and I'm pretty sure we might see a plane very soon. Or we just see a Crusader that will do the trick as well. South Lake Lower is unfortunately not in the right position to actually help. Siniste will overwhelm that unless Farid does the ground attack. But as I have learned today by your passes video, you can actually just walk past it with the flamer. Otherwise, what you can do is, of course, you just walk back. Oh, half-track push in. Nice cheeky move there. Grabbing the flag. HS129 going after the Cromwell 6 here. Fails to kill, though. Half-track reconnecting the lines. Oh, that's annoying. Turan 2 coming to deal with that. It's going to take a while for it to arrive, though. Crusaders coming in. Not a Crusader down south. So, AA is definitely not going to be neglected by Gonzo. Just last Stück kills the Cromwell 6. That's a big kill. Another one already filling in the gap though, but I think you only get 3 of those in A phase. That's one dead. Another one I think is up here if he's still alive. No. Oh, there it is. No, Cromwell here goes down. Don't know to what. Probably Toldy 3 here. When you just ban the Toldy 3s, they will probably get something eventually. I feel like. Oh, yeah, no, this is going really bad here. 73. Yeah, that's what I meant. He needed to reinforce that, which he didn't time. Nebelwerf for trying to stop that. Might actually pin that quite nicely though. Not sure about the killing, but oh, but the Cromwell sound is coming. That's going to be a problem. He needs the AT plane for that. Or a Panzerschreck, anything like that. Oh, it is still here. But it has no line of sight. The Crusader is there to stop it. It has medium? No, it has very good resilience actually, so it should survive that. But it needs to move. Yeah, it needs to go back. But it's definitely not looking as bad for Farid as last time. I feel it's looking definitely better, but it's still not looking good. I don't think so. He's really just biting off his teeth on this, and he has lost. Yes, that timing, Tiago. Just as I said it, looked on the chat. I saw you writing it, but definitely he does. But losing that Nimrod early on might actually be incredibly important because as soon as Gonzo starts spamming his air advantage, I think Farid will desperately wish he had not lost that. Nebelwerf. I mean, having that Nebelwerf early can give him a lot of value, but so far he's failed to kill anything meaningful. But there we go, 14-10 as the center is collapsing. I mean, the Cromwell is going to be an issue, and it really shows. This thing really needs to die. I think you should wait with the Nebel and target it as soon as it's stationary, like right now. Of course, it does need to spot it as well, which probably is not the case. Oh, but the flanking here kills the one of the Cromwells. That's going to be massive. Siniste going to get shot as well. That like Artosak could potentially deal with the Siniste if he can migrate well. He has, this is the Flamer, I think. Motorized Lavash coming in as well. And that's definitely going to be a problem. And then he can actually counter push and take this flag maybe. So back to 12-12. As this line here is crumbling. Now look at the rows of infantry. Oh my god. Cromwell going for a flanking here, but it can't. It will be limited in its use. Flamer here has been spotted. Cromwell's still here, but the Nebelwerfer... No, Strike did go through, did not do much probably. Yeah, I think this is collapsing here. Look at that. The Flamer unit here might actually be able to finish off this Siniste. This collapsing, 13-11 still for Gonzo though, as he's still holding that flag. Turan pushing forward, Motostrelsi is definitely going to be a problem. Another Cromwell 7 coming in. So he brought them in A phase. Which is good news for Farid actually. If he's going to get through those, which is going to be a struggle, then he has much better chances to actually leverage the advantage of the Turans. So, yeah, this is true, Emil. I mean, in my opinion, I know, maybe you tell me differently, but I feel like you really have to use Nebels as close as possible, otherwise they're not going to be that good. The spam here is facing Cromwells that they can pen, but now there's a Cromwell coming that they can't pen. This Cromwell, and the problem is it's going to get side-shotted now, or actually back-shotted. Oh, totally free, kills the Cromwell here, but now we have more Cromwells here that will eventually kill. Sinise pushing forward, that might be a bit of an issue. Aegis 129, it doesn't know way up north. I don't think the Crusader can stop it, so that could be massive. Okay, never mind, the Crusader might stop it. The problem is if this turns this way, then it's gonna die. 100%. Oh, one Cromwell that. No, it turns the right way. Might's probably gonna run now. That's massive. Yeah, Tiago, as Green said, they're gonna be in B phase probably. You wanna have something heavy in both phases, probably for CIVG, or like in general. Because then you can really leverage that throughout all phases, so it doesn't make sense to take. You don't need, if it doesn't die because you can't get penned, why would you take the Churchills and the Cromwells in A phase? One of them will do, right? Is Cromwell 7 here still alive? When there's Lovash pushing for one, these converted kind of here that this flag will flip back. It's back to 12-12, so that's definitely going to be an interesting one. Strick now coming in to secure this here. There's just one regular Churchill here. At range, Strick should win that. Crusader here doing some anti-infantry, that's going to be a problem. Nebelwerfer going after something here, probably the Crusader. I mean, the Nebel 50, once again, if you use one single one of them, it can be good for pinning, but for damage, I agree with what you hear from attack power very, very often. You kind of gotta use a pair of two, and you gotta bring it close, of course. We're talking about that. Strick coming in, another Strick coming in. Cromwell 7 here is going to be a problem though. Oh, look at that infantry blob here. Managed to get in. The Crusader has line of sight though. Managed to stop them. And this is where you really struggle now because as in on Farid's side, because you do not have enough AT, enough bazookas. There's one more coming, but he doesn't have endless rows of them. Flaming here. Can probably hold off one of them or Australia, but not both of them. Pack 40 coming in, lives a dangerous life. Nimrod now coming in to cover this off. Definitely going to be needed. 13-11 for Farid. Now we have the converted RAF coming in, just roast them. They are not great in the forest, but them being super junky and I mean, you just by sheer numbers and will probably overwhelm whatever is it. Back to 12-12. This flag will probably fall soon. This one might as well. This one could potentially be a regrab. This flag about to fall too. There's 18 now coming in, but it should be careful because there's infantry. There's still an infantry problem in here, could potentially fight against this for Fusilier. The problem is, up close, these might actually be better with the loadout than the motorized Alcazar. But we do have a lot of good units now coming in. And now we have the Typhoons coming in. Now it's gonna get really rough. I mean, actually, no, I forgot. I mean, these are all disarmed. No, still overwhelmed. There we go. Cromwell 7 here. That's gonna be another brick wall. Pack 40 could have done it, but it has been hit by the Typhoon. So there's that. The Motostrels here doing a lot of good work. Streak here actually pretty dangerously close, but now it's probably to safe distance, but he needs some secrecy to clear that out. And now we have to pursue. That's gonna be the big problem with Save Chief. 15-9 all of a sudden. You take some ground with your pushes, and then you just have 15-point infantry spamming around, grabbing ground everywhere, and then you need to work through that. That's gonna be one of the annoying parts. Typhoon going in for strafing run, I assume. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that Park 4 is just not gonna get to fight. He should just fall it back, wait for the Typhoon to go, and then move back in. Nimrod now coming in. It's definitely going to be needing more Streltsy here. Looks like he missed a Piat, as Piats sometimes do, or are supposed to do. Doesn't happen always, but sometimes they actually do miss, as intended. Oh, is there artillery? Oh no, the Cromwell 6 probably did go. No, it's not. What just went after that? Where did that explosion here come from? True, yeah, it has the AT grenade. That, I mean, you should not underestimate that. You're right. We have tons of turtle-like archers now spamming forward. It's going to be annoying. But yeah, that's probably true, Mimil. We can actually check real quick. So Gonzo also doesn't see that much, but he's also just pushing super well. Farid, yeah, Farid has not much vision actually. Oh, not a surround dying. Yeah, I'm not sure what this push is supposed to do. I mean, pushing forward is nice and good, but you kind of need. He knows that this thing is here, so I'm surprised that he still does it. Right, Penny pushing in the right Jaeger, so this flag should flip. That should stop the 15-9. But we are about to equal out. And see, this is not a problem now. Right Penny is needed to deal with that Fusilier FF4. That's going to be super bad. Well, it wasn't even just it wasn't even that the Turan didn't have vision. I mean, he knew that the Cromwell 7 was there, that he couldn't pen that, so I'm not really sure what that push was all about. Turan again wants way too close to Streltsy, and he knew that the Streltsy was in there. So I'm not really sure what the goal there was. Pinning this, nice move. Now I can move in safely with this, so that's going to be 2 flags back. But still have, yeah, look at that. I still have Fusilier in here. That's going to be just a problem. You need a light Jäger to deal with that. I also need to be careful not to get too close, so that's going to be annoying. 75 mil, pushing forward super aggressively. Can't say I'm a huge fan of that. Is that the cheap one that you get? Yeah, it is. So it's at least not that big of a loss, but still, I mean, these will be able to overwhelm that. Another flag back. There we go, 13-11. 7 falling back, another pack 40 coming in to deal with that. Nebelwerfer is already going after this. So it looks like Farid might be able to re-grab some ground very soon, or the 75 mil is going to get killed by the Fusilier here. I mean, no infantry here, not a smart idea. And this blob here, the Crusader is just doing some close range stuff. High support is also going to be super annoying. Another Cromwell 8 now in, so that's even more 2k HE. Half track moving forward. Pack 40 might be able to cover that off. Now he's busy with the Cromwell 7 here, probably. That at dead range. No, wait, hold on. No, he can use the APCR this range. So it should be able to pen, but it is stressed out a little bit, so it's not going to go super well. There's a hard time. And they're still not penning. Yikes, and now we have the Churchills coming in. So Farid is not even done dealing with the Cromwell 7s, and the Churchill 7s are already about to arrive. The HS129 might be able to finish it off, but it's getting a lot of fire, so I'm not 100% it's gonna hit. There we go. Down it goes. Farid calls it back. I mean, he's aware that he needs to be careful with this thing. This thing is really saving him at the moment. Both is coming in, as that's gonna make things very difficult. He could have tried to go for another run maybe, but he would first need to take care of that Crusader here. Otherwise, it would probably be too risky. Never worth it going again. I mean, it might kill the Crusader eventually, by luck. But it's not going to be super easy. Crusader falling back. Yeah, once again, not much happened. Surprise, surprise. So it looks like they're slowly building up a push, but Gonzo being more converted to RAF. And now we have a Firefly in the center too. Stick can definitely upgrade to that, but needs to be a little bit careful where, because depending on how the Firefly is positioned, that's going to be a problem. And the Church is going to be the bigger problem, because unless Farid micros it, the Stick will just fire at the higher armored gun tank first. Oh, we have more Nebelwerfers. Okay. And then the Firefly, meanwhile, can finish Stick free. And the Churchill also, he can pen the Stick, so it's going to be a problem. Farid, re-grab the flag here. That's massive. But already changed once again. Oh, failed to kill the Cromwell here. It's definitely really bad. 75 mil here, finding the Cromwell. The heat shell though fails to land. It might eventually, but it's gonna take a while. Yeah, French Farid, that's how it feels sometimes. Uh, Turan here has to run now. Not looking very good. 13-11 still. Farid just can't get back in. And I mean, it might be better if the side, if the sides were reversed, but they aren't, so that's just what it is. Shot 9 coming in again, Typhoon coming in again too. The Nimrod is here, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be able to save the Pack 40 here. We're gonna be honest. Typhoons are too good. Also, it's in the forest. Yeah, it doesn't have good line of sight. The Typhoon is just gonna manage to get in. Ah, that's so unfortunate. Pack 40 dead. And now the Nimrod opens up. As the Typhoon, I might still claim the kill. There we go, HS129 goes down. Oh, that's a massive loss there for Farid. I think that's probably... It was not looking good before that, but that might be GG. Unless there's another one of those. He could also have the clusters. I'm not sure if he brought them, but the clusters need to fly over it, and with the A, that's probably not going to happen. So that's gonna be very rough. And this is just not a good position for the A. I've tried it as well. The problem is you also can't bring it safely like up here because then it's gonna get killed. But you could bring it, back here maybe. Then you have at least, a little bit more line of sight. The thing that you have to remember is this is your line of sight, right, as you look up. Or if you get closer here. Now if you're in the open, this is your line of sight. You can start seeing the planes way, way early. Sorry for all of you who didn't want to see fly through the map twice, but just wanted to show it for if there's any new players. Oh, Nimrod pushes forward and get killed by the Firefly. I mean, could things go much worse for Farid? I don't know. I don't think so. 88 coming in, that can deal with the Firefly, but it needs to make sure that it doesn't die in the transport before that. The problem is going to be, there's no 2KT at the moment, but yeah. And then Wolves, the problem is they're very far back and they're going after targets individually. If you combine them, they can actually really kill the 150s, but you still need to be closer. Oh, but there's a Cromwell's 8 here that can. The 88 is probably not going to do well against that. Because now it is stress, it will miss. Oh, actually kills. That's massive. Now flanking shot here by the IG team might actually be able to do something. Turan one's pushing in. They can deal with those. Churchill showing side armor. What's the side armor on this? Ooh, the Turan one can't pen that. Nebelwerfer strike going down once again. Oh, kills something, but it's a converted gunner, so it's not that big. Is it still side armor on the Churchill? It is, but the Turan 1 engaged first, and that one definitely can't pen it. The Turan 2 is what could pen it, but now the Churchill is turning. Turan 1 goes down, Turan 2 is on the run. 12-12, but that's going to go again away very, very soon. Pack 40 versus Cromwell 8, not a good fight for the Pack 40, especially with how low it is. Non-Nebelwerfer strike coming for the center here. Look at that Cromwell 7, still alive. That's the one from the start. Nimrod on the run. 14-10 for Gonzo. Farid trying his best. Probably not going to kill anything. I mean, he pinned these, but once again, no good hits there. Pack 40. Oh no, it's not even the Pack 40, so there's only 5 mil. Won't have a chance against the Churchill 8. And neither will the IG-18. The 88, oh, managed to get the kill. Holy moly. I have more sticks coming, and these sticks are going to be super important. 15-9 again for Gonzo. That's just absolutely devastating. This flag might be able to be re-grabbed. Strict 3 might also be able to kill, and that's Cromwell 7 here finally. But that's rough, it's rough. Ouch. That's just yikes. More 17 pounders coming in down south, more Cromwell 8s and 7s, or not more, but some are still around there. That's just going to be an absolute brick wall. I'm just still not sure how How he's gonna get past that, to be honest, I don't really know. Nebelwerfer going after the long tom. I mean, at that range, it's not gonna work. We're about halfway into the game, so technically speaking, yeah, it's gonna pin. It's not gonna kill. Doesn't even do a single bit of damage. There we go. So technically, Farid still has time to recover, and as long as on a single tick, that's not impossible. But remember, we're mirror income here, so every little tick matters, and not looking very good. Yeah, medium resilience is very good. And I mean, the other problem with the Typhoon is it's super fast, right? So it doesn't even stay long over the AA, which means it's even easier for it to get out again. H18 is gonna die. What else have I missed to read? Well, they could. The Turan 2 could get a side shot and pen Tiago, but frontally, no chance. Farid has a lot of stuff up north, which could threaten Gonzo, but he needs to make it work somewhat soonish. He could actually try to. He'd actually grab all three flags here with a good push. But needs to happen soon, of course. We are in C phase, so both of these players are starved of their income. Not a Churchill coming in. We do finally have recon on Farid's side. 150. Going over the 17 pound. I mean, the problem is, once again, it just doesn't kill at this range. Like, this thing should probably only go after things that are here, and should be, like, this far forward, probably. This thing as well should be, like, I don't know, somewhere in here, and then it can go after target, or maybe, like, back here at least. You also can't be too close. I don't remember what the minimum distance is, but there is a minimum distance, so you have to be a little bit more careful. And now Gonzo is reinforcing him now, so I feel like he senses that something might be coming and probably has the points left to spare. I mean, it's 15 points, so it's not that big of an investment. What happened to Nelworth? Did it go down to Long Tom? I think it did. It has never been moved. Yeah, no, Long Tom took it out. It managed to fire the shots, failed to kill the 17, but it did 2 damage. Ladies and gentlemen, it has done damage. This one is out of ammo. It's going to be resupplied, but he probably wants to move it because the long term will start opening up on that one very soon. Also, Gonzo is manually targeting and he's moving. Very smart. And now the push is happening. That Cromwell is going to get wasted. The Fusilier here will stand no chance. There's probably more Cromwell soon to come. Or a Churchill 7. And that's once again going to be a problem. I'm not sure if Farid has another AT plane. And even if he has another one in the deck, he first needs to be able to buy that one. So, maybe we'll have a problem. Strict free here. Oh, Cromwell outmaneuvers that one. It's going to be said. This thing is a survivalist. Like, it hasn't died. This has been here right from the start and is still alive. And now it's pushing forward Strict 3. Strict 3 is probably going to get killed first by the Churchill. Is it on the run? It is. Another one here might be able to deal with that. But Churchill's going to be a problem there. 13-11 still for Gonzo. Finally, Farid grabbing a flag up north. This flag also... This was all the plan of why Gonzo's been buffing churches. Maybe, no. I mean, I think it is fair to say, I'm not doubting Gonzo's skills at all. He's a great player. But I think it's fair to say that definitely helps that he is making a lot of decisions in his strike teams. Because it is definitely helpful that you get to try all these features and can adapt to that playstyle well. That, to the new playstyle always. So... But I mean, that's not why he was winning. But still seriously, I mean, the problem with the Churchill is this. I think for 15 Scots or something like that is very good that it has been buffed. For some of the Soviet divisions that have them, it's also good that they have been buffed, but not for CIBG. CIBG does not need any buffs. So here it just sucks. But I mean, I feel like it actually makes them viable now. Before that, I think at 45 points they were still viable in a way, but it was like you kind of have to take them, and yeah, you weren't too happy. Now you're actually happy with them. So I think that's a big difference here. that the buff made, except for CIVG. It's not looking very good. Now worth going once again after 17 banner, but it's once again not going to kill it. But gets a direct hit, 4 damage. Oh, oh, oh. Ah. Well, the problem was always the speed, I know. Is it moving now? It is. 30 for Farid now. He has turned things around with the grabs right here. I mean, he does have the CQC advantage now. Agreed, Green. There was no buff needed for them. I mean, there was a buff needed for the divisions that were relying on it, I feel like. But definitely the price was, as you said, the price was never the issue. Like, they were up trading really nicely before that. Yeah, this is 100% true, Green. The Cromwell push here. Churchill's still here bullying. These could probably push forward and kill that Cromwell, but it's not going to achieve much just yet. But I mean, we have a slow push forming here. 12-12 again. Cromwell here gets killed by the 2-round-1. A really nice kill for 2-round-1, but Churchill 7 still exists and it's still going to be a problem. Nimrod here? Oh, no, it's actually concealed. That's going to be needed. Yeah, 100% Tiago. One card of Cromwell. Or anything for that matter. Oh, it has been unloaded again as it was already hit, so Farid is now just moving it. That might be enough to survive. The problem is if this thing's actually accurate, uh, then as soon as you get you're safe very relatively soon after moving. Is it though? Oh no! That's so unlucky. When the spread actually works against you. Yeah, 100% agreed on the Valentine green. And for the Valentine, I especially find it really annoying because the Valentine really, like, there was the Cromwell, the Churchill. I kind of get the concept because there was a division that was purely relying on those. I do agree that the buff was not fixing the big problem with it, but it helped at least. But the Valentine, no, there was no need for that. There was no division that overly relied on it, and every division that like used it could still use it well already. So there was just no need for it. This flag being regrabbed. Oh no! Converted gunners regrab the flag as the light Jaeger go down. Pack 40 gets pinned before he can do anything. Another Pack 40 moving in. Now we just have the Cromwells pushing through. Nimrod here is living a dangerous life. Counter push here. I do have to admit, I don't think that Farid will win that. It has been looking grim for a while, but I think this is just not going to work anymore. And long term can now actually just start shredding anything else. Right, Teglia is going to get shot at. We do have one more bazooka, but it's probably one of the last ones. Right, Jagan Stück pushing forward. Churchill is still alive though. That's going to be a massive issue. Right, Pioneer might have a problem getting in range. Now they are convert. Oh no, still. They're going to take so much damage. And they're not even using. Now they're within range. Flamethrower should force them to move. And there we go. Finally surrendered. Flag secured. But this flag will probably be lost very, very soon. Well, to be honest, Kerb, I do not agree about that. I think it was good at its previous price. I think it is, yeah, 100% agreed with Green. It uptrades already really nicely. Like, this thing uptrades to Sherman already. So, before that, you were almost paying half for it, and you will consistently win against a Sherman. Now you win consistently against a Sherman, and you're less than at half of the price. That's just not good. 70 pounder here dies, but the Churchill 7 is still going to be a problem. The streak can't really change that. We have more IG-18. Where do they come from? Has he used that few of them? Typhoon now pretty much unbothered. The Nimrod here did go down. There's one more up north, but no way anywhere. This is GG for Farid. Yeah. I think it's only a matter of time now till he will surrender and Gonzo will claim the win of this quarterfinal game. Yeah, I 100% agree with Green here. You didn't see it because the respective divisions were not good, but Thormac and VDD with the meta shift were already in a not too bad spot, I feel like. But Minecraft just needed the buff and then it was actually good. But Farid surrenders and there we go, yeah, 3600, 85 to 2470. Pretty clearly outtraded. We could also see that on the map. Very well played to Gonzo there. Congratulations to making it into the finals. And well played to Farid as well. We got two good games out of it. I mean, it was a rough matchup for Farid. I think we have to acknowledge that. The one thing that Farid kind of blocks himself always is Farid likes to go for the. Farid doesn't like the faction mirrors, so he will go for a different faction usually, and I think that kind of cost him here. So, but yeah, I mean, look at that Cromwell 7. Look at it. This killed so many things, and that was just a brick wall. Like sometimes you can kind of overthink things and be too afraid of certain units, but this is one of the cases where you should not underestimate the power of such a unit. Hey, look at this thing go. And I'm not sure if it even. I think it died at some point. I think we haven't seen it at the end, but this thing is absolutely disgusting. Then the cheap spammable infantry. Yeah, more Cromwells, the typhoon. Yeah, the typhoons. I mean, look at them. Once they're uncontested, they can pretty much kill anything. Yeah, I thought as much. I thought as much for it. This is. I know that this is what you like. So, um, but I really do think we've talked about this at the start of the stream. I really do think that Axis, allies versus allies would have been the best call here, to be honest. But you held off really nicely for the start, but towards the end, on the other side, yeah, the 150 just didn't do enough. The HS129 was really nice. I mean, that did a lot of work. Unfortunately, did die. Turan twos. These things can be disgusting, and they can definitely trade well against the Cromwell. We have seen that. Oh, look at that Toldy go. 88 actually got, wow, 3 kills. Strict free here being, yeah, but there's not that many super good trades. Let's look at the chronology really quickly. I think we can we can see what he does here, how things were going. I mean, at the start, Gonzo's already taking the lead. Look at that go. Like not many kills from Farid for quite a while. Then things start kind of equaling out. Then Gonzo takes another lead. Then it doesn't look too bad for quite a while. I mean, you could definitely see that Farid was holding on for a while. Actually got some good trades here, but then Gonzo just started to steamroll. I mean, it's patches of coming back, but I think the start really screwed Farid here, and then there's like patches where Gonzo just made massive pushes, and that was it. Grim Guy, we don't know who's going against Gonzo in the finals yet. The other game will be then Honored versus Luna. And I don't think that has been played yet, if I'm not mistaken. So that would we're probably gonna have to wait for that. We're gonna see that probably. Um, but I guess we're gonna see you Farid in the or playing for third and fourth. Then definitely gonna be interested. I mean, should definitely be doable then. Still, even after losing against Gonzo. Second Punches would have been done better if it wasn't banned. Was it banned? I don't think it was banned. My second wasn't banned actually. Yeah, second wasn't banned screen. Would have been open. I would probably agree so too. I mean, the bazookas would have been so useful in that game. But yeah, I mean, it was an interesting game to watch for sure. Um, all right, so I think I'm gonna end it here because I do have, as it wasn't clear for quite a while. I just got a message that my own league game actually will happen today, this evening, in about 2 hours. So I need some time to rest, eat some dinner, as it is evening is approaching, and I do want to be rested for that because, of course, I do want to be able to continue. I don't want to get stuck in the well, for us it's not. For us it's also quarters. Yeah, in the quarterfinals. Um, really stream your league game. No promises. Um, Maybe, but don't expect a lot of talking and commenting because I do want to focus on the game. Um, but maybe it really depends on how I feel because streams are actually. I know it might not look like it, but it's actually exhausting if you talk all the games. So I'm gonna have to wait. But I will definitely record it as for the other league games and upload them. That's what I'm willing to do. A little bit of distraction is okay. I do want to take it seriously, but I don't want to take it that seriously. Um, so yeah, I might stream if I feel like really energized. If I feel a little bit low energy, I will not stream it. So yeah, I think if I will do it, it will be spontaneous, so no announcement or anything. Just keep an eye out for about 2 hours, and then you're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a great day if we don't see each other, and maybe we see each other in the evening. No promises though. Anyway, have a great day.